why are there like leftoid tier arguments being made?
Don't ask Lav. What the is your problem, Zonia? Absolutely
oh my god,
not.
Shaelin's popping off.
You're so loud. Your voice is grating on my ears.
Fucking kick me. I don't give a shit. Listen, the problem is I don't care if you're pretending to be cordial. Again, saying because there is an unbelievably large power differential between Destiny and Lav.
Do you guys remember when Max said that he was going to keep Shaelin away from all the internet stuff until he needed to wheel her out to defend her for his shitty article?
Just vitriolic misogynistic abuse was so disgusting. I genuinely can't even believe it.
Spend my entire community tomorrow on finding out every single piece of information you've ever had on you. Every friend you've talked to, every person you've hooked up with.
You're putting words in my mouth. You've called me names today. You've been extremely misogynistic to me.
Shaelin joining the call, which we're going to jump to now. Yeah, Shaelin joins, which I honestly am bemused. That is not something I would have ever predicted. I thought that like maybe Max might join. I mean, well, that's a bit disingenuous for me because I found out about this after the fact, right? I found out about this morning. I woke up, I knew all of it because it was all in my Discord. People were talking about it. But like, if it was, you know, if you asked me to make a prediction, there's no way in hell I would have predicted Shaelin would have joined. That's mental.
Nah, she said she's severely agoraphobic, which basically means one of us. But there should be a way for her to exist online in a way that is healthy, but it's going to require effort on your part, Lav, to not really engage with these things. Like, people are going to talk mad shit about you, and you just kind of got to just deal.
I'm not confident, actually, that there is... Okay, so this is the thing that fucking sucks. So the Merrick situation got brought up before, right? There are different ways that people have dealt with being inside.
By the way, does anyone know how long Shaelin's on the call for? Does anyone know how long Shaelin's on the call for, roughly?
Of the line of fire. Some people lean into it. Some people try to get away from it. I have no confidence that Lav has a best option that is also healthy. I think that there's a big fucking sign hanging here, which is once a woman is in the hair in the sights, crosshairs, you're fucked. You're going to be hunted for the rest of your life. I don't know what the best, and the internet is an asset.
I mean, I can think of plenty of examples of people who have moved on.
Why are you contributing to that then? Why are you putting Lav on trial if you think that there is an atmosphere here in which women speaking out about things puts them in the crosshairs?
I don't think it's putting someone on trial to discuss.
Wait. If someone wants to make public statements about things, we can scrutinize those statements, right? This is... Wait. Why are there like leftoid tier arguments being made? This is like the argument about like, oh, you know, when someone comes out with a Me Too thing and the idea that they should be scrutinized, and leftoids push back against that and just immediately accept them. Yeah. Welcome to the internet. Listen, Me Too is over, okay? We're done with Me Too. We're done with Me Too, okay? Believe women? No. Don't believe women is where we're at now, right? Don't believe women. The Me Too era was a failure, okay? It started with good intentions, but it ended up with women's tales about things, even tall tales that didn't make any sense, being instantaneously accepted by people. So now, we're back to scrutiny. We're back to where it should be. We're scrutinizing public statements and looking for evidence for things that happened.
With them some things, as long as you're well-meaning and you're not reaming them over it, and you're having their best interest at thought, I don't think it's putting them
I don't think you have her best interest at heart, but why don't you guys go ahead and explain to me why you guys are in a like 4-5 person call against Lav about why you think that she's fucking up here. Someone please explain to me.
I can explain. I jumped on because I'm not against her, because I very specifically just said that I just want her to ride off into the sunset and be happy with her fiance in the place she just moved and enjoy her life. And it seems like the internet is doing nothing but robbing her of that ability. That makes me really sad. As someone who barely even knows her, it makes me really sad. That's why.
I'm also not
Jeb, you are the most well-meaning person here. I can't say that for everyone in the call.
I don't know Zonia to...
The thing is, okay, what is it with? Why are we treating women like this? Where's their, like, you know, ability to walk away? Lav doesn't have, Lav does this thing where she's like, oh no, I have to be on the internet. No, you fucking don't, okay? I know plenty of women that have just got normal jobs and they're nothing to do with the internet. They're not online at all to this fashion. They're on like Facebook posting pictures of their family and shit like that. And that's literally all they do. Women that are fucking Lav's age that aren't this ingratiated into it. Where's the agency? Where's the fucking agency for women to go, do you know what? This is fucking my life up and I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to do this anymore. It's complete bullshit.
I mean, I don't know anybody else.
Zonia was
Zonia just fucking released a video suggesting that Lav murdered her cat. Don't fucking talk about how Zonia's good faith. That's the biggest crack of shit I've ever heard. That's ridiculous.
Lav, do you think I'm good faith?
No.
Don't fucking ask Lav. What the fuck is your problem, Zonia?
Oh my god,
Absolutely
Shaelin's
not.
popping off.
This
You
is.
said earlier, Zonia,
right,
you
Lav,
went on
I
for
thought-
30 minutes earlier.
Lav,
and
I
said-
thought, okay, I guess, so I guess we didn't actually patch things up. Never mind. All right,
Wait,
well, whatever.
no, we are on friendly terms, but no, that does not rewrite the fact that for 30 minutes earlier today, you said that you were going to milk me because I was a lol cow and I was mentally ill. You were horrible.
Well, we talked about that, right? We were both
Jesus.
horrible to each other. We were I was kind of matching your energy,
Sure,
so.
but I also no, you were not matching my energy. You literally made a
Wait,
you made
we
a
literally
video.
just talked about this,
No,
and
but I
then we
will
both
not
apologized.
No, I apologize.
So, okay, so
I
we're
was
dragging this
rude.
back up?
No, I was rude, but no, I do not think that you're good faith. I think that you're doing what you're doing. I don't know your intentions right now. I know that you're making content from this, and I know that you have continued to make content off of me, and I know that you earlier said that I was a lol cow and you were just going to keep milking me for views and whatever the fuck that you could. Like, I think that for the past...
If this is a problem, leave. Literally, look, there's a button on the Discord. It's disconnect call. Click that, leave. I honestly don't get it. If these situations are putting you under this much pressure and this much problem, like if I get to the end of my stream, right, and I'm like, okay, I'm done, I'm tired, my stream's over, I just end my stream and go and do my thing. Do you know what I mean? If it got to a point where all of this caused so much mental anguish that it was making me feel suicidal, right, I would just put out an announcement, hey guys, going on an indefinite break, need some time to work on myself. And I just go and do whatever. If I didn't have any money, I'd go and get some job somewhere or something. Or there's plenty of stuff you can even do from home. You don't have to go outside even if you've got this problem. It's complete fucking bullshit to completely remove the agency from the person who's apparently at the center. Self-care is important. If it genuinely is affecting your mental health that much, stop putting yourself in situations that put you in that circumstance. It's so ridiculous.
We've been fine, but
learn to
I
code.
don't trust you by any means to be good faith at all.
All right, that's fair. I don't really have an issue, so I'm not sure why she...
Basically, your take is the same as MrGirl telling people in Ohio to just get up and move. Yeah, I bought into the soy over that at the start, but MrGirl was correct. MrGirl was right, okay? When you've got, like, a kid apparently having spasms in the bed, right? Yeah, you've got to do something, haven't you? The options are you stay where you are, you have the resources to move, and in that case you execute the fucking plan to move with the resources you've got, or you don't and you hope the government helps you. What other options are there? Tell me. The train derailments happened, the crashes happened, whatever's going on is going on. You can't change that. You've got to deal with the hand that you're dealt. And it's as simple as that. Tell me, what's the problem with that take? What's the issue with that take?
Shaelin is bringing me up in this, but whatever.
Sure. The issue is that you guys are in a 4 and 5v1 call trying to tell Lav that she has fucked up somehow by bringing up her concerns about how she was treated and suggesting things like, oh, maybe you should just get off the internet. Oh,
the issue is the delivery. So you're saying it should be delivered in a nicer way. Yeah, okay. I don't really care about that, honestly. Anyway, I do agree somewhat with Shaelin in terms of, like, why are there so many people here, right? Like, I don't really understand why everyone is here to do the questioning, but, inevitably, if Lav feels uncomfortable with that dynamic, she could leave. I do think whoever is hosting this should probably do a better job of going, like, right, who actually needs to be in the call to do this,
Oh, maybe you should just take everything back. Oh, maybe you should dissociate yourself from Max because he probably has bad intentions. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But, like...
Who's leaving the call? That's free content. Well, as the host, or whoever, is it Tunichip hosting this? You've got to determine that, because obviously everyone wants the content, right? But the reality is, some people, you've got to fucking, right, you're surplus to requirements. You don't need to be here, right? Like, you don't actually need this many people for one person, do you?
The only thing Lav has done is talk about her experience, and she did talk about her experience to Destiny himself very publicly, and has been pretty consistent that it has been hurting her. And yet, here you all are, fucking trying to shit on her, even though, one, you're trying to bring up the article which hasn't come out. It's total bullshit. You guys are all fucking insane.
You haven't been paying attention to the call, have you?
I don't think that the majority of us have been in here telling her how she's fucked up.
Okay, it's not everyone else's fault that this article that has been promised has been months in the making and hasn't come out yet. And also, like, Lav herself is talking publicly about, like, it feels like there's this real weird thing where it's like, Lav just had a stream of MrGirl and spoke about this at length, so of course people are going to talk about it, right? If you're saying about the article, why are they having a stream before the article's been released then? It doesn't make any sense.
Right?
Yeah,
if anything, I've been trying to say, hey, here's where the breakdown of this relationship happens. This is why Steven feels the way that he does, etc., etc. I don't think it's very fair. I don't think it's very fair. I don't think it's very fair for you to. I don't think it's very fair for you to be claiming that all of us are shitting on Lab when we are actually I've expressed empathy towards her earlier in this call. We have bonded over certain things earlier in this call.
Just because Lab is
can
like
shut the fuck up, bitch. Holy shit. You are such a fucking
Shaelin,
obnoxious.
Let Shaelin fucking talk.
We were all civil. Shaelin, we were all civil.
Let Shaelin talk.
Before you came into this call screaming your lungs out.
We were civil. We were all civil here, and then you came in and decided to just throw a wrench in the works.
Holy shit!
So,
you are so
Shaelin,
dumb. You are so loud. Your voice is grating on my ears. Holy
Jesus.
Shaelin, so everything was pretty chill. We weren't shitting on her. We were talking about the situation with Max.
And then you came in,
and then you came in and decided to turn it into a shit show because you wanted to have fun stirring up a bunch of shit. We don't need that right now. So if you're not going to contribute to the conversation, drop the fuck off, you retard.
You are so fucking full of shit. All you do is came into here screaming, saying that we're shitting on Lab when we've been empathetic towards her. When we've been empathetic, you're the psychotic one, you fucking bitch. You're the psychotic one.
Oh my God, start.
You're the one who did an obsessive drawing about all the fucking orbiters and did some weird salacious shit with money stuffed in their crevices.
I've got to be honest, right? I don't really care about the drawing, okay? Me personally, it's the nature of the beast, you know? People are going to say or do or make weird shit about you. It is what it is, you know? Obviously, conceptually, it was fucking absurd. Right? And I've got, like, personal disagreements with my characterization or whatever. Sure, but like as a concept, I don't think it's like you know, an obsessive. You know, it's like if someone released a few videos about me and mischaracterized or said something about me that I thought was wrong, I'd be like, I disagree with you. Your characterization's retarded, but it feels like people have got an issue with the drawing existing in principle when it is really just like an artistic expression or something, right? Like people are able to do this without being obsessed or something.
Fucking hard on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the reason
an obsessive psychopath comes on here and tries to tell people to be nicer to people. What the fuck? Get off the call, psycho.
Fucking kick me. I don't give a shit. Listen, the problem is, this is exactly what you fucking people do. You are so threatened by the fact that people are coming forward and saying they're uncomfortable with the situation that you benefit from, that you're willing to gaslight them for hours to get them to take
That is the characterization of that. Someone coming forward to say they're uncomfortable. That is like such a reductive characterization of what is actually happening.
Ain't nobody doing shit like that. You haven't been paying attention to the call, have you?
Do you think if people were coming forward and saying, I'm a bit uncomfortable with some of the stuff that happens on Destiny's stream, right? And that was the length of it, they'd probably get a bit of shit, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be a clean break. But I don't think that they'd get nearly the same level of attention as they would as is happening because of the level of things that are happening beyond that, right?
Our entire fucking call.
Shaelin, you're an obsessed fucking pathetic piece of shit who makes ridiculous retarded artwork. Go make some more artwork about all of us. Have fun just jerking yourself off to the idea of us being part of a cult, okay? Get out of here, you fucking psychopath. Get out of here, you obsessed psychopathic piece of shit.
You're welcome to kick me, but if you want to actually address the concern, telling me that you're doing something is not the same as doing it. What I've heard is that Lav brought up a potential abuse claim, and you guys said that she has to feel a certain way about potential abuse in order to have it.
Feel any sort of way.
You literally did. You said she needs to be really determined. You said that she needs to be very clear before bringing anything up, and I don't think that's true. Literally.
What? Okay. If you're going to make a serious claim, so I mean, maybe people have said it a certain way. I don't know everything everyone's ever said about this, right? If you're going to make a serious claim about someone, right, your feelings are somewhat valid in talking about it, okay? But you need to be able to somewhat substantiate if you are making... If it's like, I feel a certain way about it, that's fine. Lav has not just said she feels a certain way about things, right? Okay? She has made very definitive claims about things that have happened, right? She has made not just, I feel this way about it. She said, this is the way it's happened, So, I find it really fucking ridiculous, this idea that like, oh, well, she can just feel a certain way about it. Someone's coming forward and saying that this is, it's not how it's gone down at all. It's a complete misrepresentation of what's happening.
Every person who's been in an abusive situation has mixed feelings about it. The fact that you are all on here trying to tell her that she should have thought about it more, or that she's you're just gaslighting her. She has feelings about what happened, and she's expressed it over and over.
So who gaslit her about what?
Shaelin. Yeah, Shaelin, can I respond real quick? Just for me personally.
Go ahead.
I gain nothing from Destiny. I don't stream. Never been on his stream. Don't care to grow a stream. I only came on here because I've had conversations with Lav. I've not shit on her one time. I have only given her good faith advice, and the only thing I've ever said as far as her experience and how she should handle it is that she should absolve Steven of things after asking her if she thinks he did his best, and she responded initially that he might have, and I said if that is the case, she should make public whatever she thinks is true about the situation so that she can detach and so that she can, again, like I said, ride off into the sunset and be her own person. Because yes, I did tell her she should detach from the Max thing because I think you'd agree it is not Lav's or Leah's article. It's Max's article. She shouldn't have to be attached to it. If she's given her statement just like anybody else, Max has
I've already
statement.
Publicly said that. I've already publicly made
That's fine.
But the problem is it's all very well saying that. You went on a stream with Max for hours talking about this. What did you think? What do you think's going to happen off the back of that? Why not just say, look, the article's coming. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to discuss that. I just don't understand it. It's like you're making these claims and statements on stream and talking about it. And yeah, I don't know. One thing I will say is it does feel a bit like Shaylin's joined the call. And there's a lot of animosity about Shaelin, and people are using her as a bit of a punching bag. And it's like, oh, what about the drawing? What about the drawing that you did? And it's like, it just comes across a bit like you've kind of waited for this long to have this conversation, and then you throw it all out there. I'm not on board with that, I'm not really on board with that. Rightfully so. I just personally wouldn't tackle it that way. I don't know if it's good to bring existing animosity that you've got to the conversation and kind of bring that up.
The only reason why you think she's attached to it is because you all are obsessively berating her for talking to Max.
You have no room to talk about obsessiveness.
Has been berating who in this call except for you?
It's because you came in here and just shat all over everyone.
I'm happy to berate you. That's why I came on the call.
Okay, yeah. So how about this? You tell me where I berated Lav.
Actually, you've been completely silent. You're just complicit, Star. I'll agree with that.
Okay, eat my fucking dick, bitch. Eat my fucking dick.
Who here berated her?
Jesus.
Literally.
Because the other thing to bear in mind with this as well is you've got Zonya having an issue with the drawing. Stardust is going to be bringing a lot of anger in because Stardust has got this previous issue with the kind of false allegation of a sexual thing happening with MrGirl, and then Shaelin got involved. So there's probably a lot of emotions flying high here beyond just the topic at hand, you know?
Early when it is a 4v1 or 5v1 call,
5v1
and you're all
bullshit.
Apparently, Star said
there was one other person in here before.
What I said. So was Zonya the one berating?
Listen,
to be fair, you guys have literally been telling me that I've been doing something wrong and how to remedy that for like hours now.
Well, we've been trying to sort of open your eyes to something as well.
What you said before.
Wait a minute. I empathized with you. I said being a woman in this space is fucking rough. I've talked about we both talked about how certain parts of this experience is clearly misogyny. And if I have some criticisms on top of that, that doesn't mean that I'm berating you for hours, right? That means that I've empathized with you on very specific.
I don't mind like a discussion about the topic at hand. I'm cool with that. The only thing, obviously, is I haven't seen all of the context of this, so I can't really speak to like the conversation that's happened and how it's gone down, right? But I think that the way that Shaelin is putting it across broadly is dumb. I think that some of these points that are being made in response are dumb. Now it seems like we're in a kind of pretty reasonable conversation about the matter at hand.
Points, and I maybe have offered a couple of places of contention here or there, right?
Understand that you have this cool
Eat
girl
my dick, Shaelin. I don't fucking give a shit what you have to say.
I want to fucking hear me. Let her shit a lot of the time. But if Lav is going to speak out because she's fucking uncomfortable, then you coming at her for bringing it up is fucking bullshit. If you can empathize with her,
you dumb idiot.
Again, if you're criticizing someone for bringing up their potential abuse situation, then you are part of the problem.
Okay.
You're complicit.
Okay, so Shaelin, you're shadowboxing here. You're talking about shit that hasn't been happening. We've been trying to be cordial this time. We're just talking. Hey,
pretending to be cordial. Again, saying that you
all right, so you don't want to cooperate. You just want to talk over people and make shit up and shadowbox with people that aren't here. I don't give a fuck what your delusional, fucked up mind comes up with in terms of like what's happening here, but it ain't actually happening here. So stop spurging out on this fucking call. All right, and either act normal or get the fuck off. One or the other.
Yeah, I understand that when someone brings up a concern about your behavior or someone that you want to defend, i.e. Destiny's behavior.
Okay, you're shadowboxing again. Shadowboxing again.
The other problem you got with this is Tuna Chip is a fucking idiot. Why is he not why is he making no effort? Look, it can be blood sportsy, it can be vicious and stuff like that, but there's got to be some control. You've got to step in at some point. If people are like acting like this, it becomes like very difficult to watch. Step in and fucking just do anything. I do not host. Well, who the fuck is hosting this shit show then? It was a call, not in a server. Tuna Chip, that is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard, right? This is your fucking gig, isn't it? This is your thing. God, why are small streamers like this, man? It's honestly so fucking insufferable to me. Oh, well, actually, it was a call. Well, fucking do something. Someone do anything to try and make this more fucking manageable.
You're still shadowboxing.
You still have not named who came at her.
You don't have to fucking mute, do you? You just have to speak. Can you speak? Does your microphone work? Hey, guys, whoa, slow down. Let this person respond. Let that person respond, right? You're doing nothing. You just sat there. You're like, oh, I can't mute, so I can't do anything. Say something. Do something.
And you can just shut the fuck up. Why don't you go be quiet with the sex doll?
Stop making shit up, Shaelin. Stop making shit up.
Sit down next to the sex doll.
Nah, the sex doll has better chances than her, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't have to be.
It's amusing how fucking it's funny how fucking psychotic.
Right. Good. We were in the right direction, but you can't just like going like this, right? You're like, oh, stop. You got to fucking go, guys. Right, enough. Stop. This is getting out of hand. Right, you say something, then you can respond. You got to grab the bull by the horns, right? You're just going like, stop. Fuck me. But I will give you praise for saying something. That's good. We're moving in the right direction.
You all get when someone actually brings the conflict out in the open.
You literally came in here psychotic. You're talking about shit that didn't actually happen. You're just sitting here and pretending as though something completely different happened and shadow boxing the whole fucking situation. So
again, saying that you care
go
about
roll back the VOD and listen to what's actually happening, you fucking retard.
Like ridiculous.
Go roll back the VOD and listen to what's actually happening.
It's good
you
content.
delusional
It is good
piece of
content.
shit.
I'll give you that, but
again, you guys are just throwing a bunch of
Go roll back the VOD and look at what's actually happening, you delusional piece of shit. Go and roll back the VOD and listen to what's happened, you delusional piece of shit.
Zonia, what the fuck? Why are you guys...
She's a delusional piece of shit. She is just making shit up. She's just making shit up in here. She's an absolute delusional piece of shit with a peaking trashy mic.
We haven't heard...
cutting through everybody else here.
Go on, Chud Chip. Go on, lads. Get in there.
Because she's so fucking obnoxious and she has no idea what's actually going on in the conversation. She's shadowboxing everybody in the room and not actually paying attention to what's actually been happening.
Go.
I would like to go back to the claim that was made about Lav should be absolving Destiny of things because
she thinks he should be absolved of in her honest experience. What is wrong with that? Please point it out.
Well, I wanted to bring back the idea that you said that Destiny, if he's doing his best, it is well known and documented that dozens of people over the last 10 years have come forward with either straight up abuse allegations against him or complaints, streams where they're talking about the abuse from his community, including shit like this with large calls where people are dogpiling people. And
I pause to sort of respond here real quick because I think it's going in a direction of something I didn't say. I didn't make a claim of Destiny trying his best. I asked Slav before making any statement as to what you should do for a good faith question.
Honestly, when people talk about this kind of thing, I just think back to the BLOODSPORTS kind of era of the internet and how vicious and brutal that was, you know? Where like, it was just normal that you get swatted. It was like, yeah, that's just, you know, go on a call to argue with some moron. Whilst you're on the call arguing, you'll get doxed and swatted by the other side's community. And that was just like, yeah. The golden era. But now it's like there's been this pussification to the point where, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that the dogpiling thing is somewhat valid. I think that you don't necessarily need to have all these people in the call. I think that you can probably, you know, half the call and still have a decent piece of content out of it, right? Okay, but you know, it's like we're in a different world now. We're just in a different world now.
Do you think, Lav, that Destiny tried his best within his own capabilities to be a friend to you? She said, no, not really. I said to be friendly toward you. She said, yeah.
Only Destiny and Lav were talking. The dogpile shit was pure cope. In the conversation, yeah, that's true. But obviously, I mean, I'll probably will swing back around and watch the early part of it. It is a bit out of order, but I'll swing back around later and watch the early part of this just to see how it plans. But I don't know what that looked like. It could be it was dogpiling early on. It could be that it was more friendly conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And that's when I gave the advice. I am not telling her to say that
you're fine. Don't worry,
a saint all the time. I was asking her what her perspective was in the situation and then saying, if that is true, then maybe make that public alongside anything else about Destiny you'd like to make public. Because if we're in the interest of truth, if you are, if Max is, if she is, if anybody is...
Wait, I'm not longing for... Look, I don't want to get doxed and swatted. I don't say I want that to happen again. I'm just using it to highlight how far we've moved, that now the big concerns are about stuff which is far less severe than stuff that was accepted, 5-6 years ago.
You should be bringing to the table any information that you think to be true about the situation, not just that which abides by the narrative that you want people to come away with. Because in the interest of truth, sometimes you're going to have to include things, even if they draw away from the narrative. Because if you think the narrative is true, it will be true if all facts are presented and people will come away with that impression. It is only if you're worried that it isn't true that you would have a problem with anything I said there. Because I only said for her to make a statement about her honest opinion about the situation, nothing else.
it is dishonest framing because there is an unbelievably large power differential between Destiny and Lav, and the idea.
Okay, we are literally at leftoid arguments. We are literally at the okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. We're there. We finally got there. Well, I guess we've been there already. But...
Yeah, that you could even frame it with him being friendly to her and, quote, doing his best when she told him multiple times how it was hurting her, and he literally did nothing. And then even today, in the same stream where she said she was suicidal as a result of her engagement on his stream, he's literally calling her, what, mid-Jew pussy or whatever? He's fucking terrible. And the idea that you are trying to insist that she call him friendly is so fucked up. You people are insane.
Not trying to get her to insist anything. I am only saying to talk about...
The only reason to bring it up is to make it so that him being a...
Anyway, I don't know why Destiny's, you know, memeing about it. What is it they call that? What's the new Zoomer term? I believe they call that a munch, don't they? Isn't that what they call that? Munchdony. Munchdony.
Abusive is in the same sentence as him being friendly.
No,
it is
Shaelin,
gaslighting.
Shaelin,
yes!
you are... Dude, only if your mindset is everybody is speaking from the place of how can I manipulate people's behavior with the way that I'm talking, is that the case? I'm saying that whatever is true about a situation needs to be brought...
That's not what a munch is. Stylo. I know. I'm not black. I'm white. I'm white, so I don't fucking know any of this, do I? I'm making it up as I go along. In fact, it is what it means now, okay? I've taken your black language and I've gone, yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to make it mean something different because I'm white. And when it comes to language, we all know who holds the power, okay? The white people hold the power when it comes to language, right? The power is coming from, yeah, okay. I would say I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the language, okay, that has come from... Yeah.
Light, if you are trying to provide people a big picture, a true bigger picture about a situation. I didn't tell her that...
Stop, Shaelin, that they were friends.
Shaelin,
no, I won't stop. She has already said dozens of times that she cares for Destiny, that they were friends, and yet... Whenever she's bringing up criticisms, everyone insists that she say that he was friendly to her. It's ridiculous.
Shaelin,
it's just gaslighting.
I'm not insisting.
Okay, I feel like what's happening here is we're looking at what's happening like today, and we're using that to characterize months of interactions between like Destiny and Lav. Obviously, back when they were engaged in whatever they were engaged in, through to her appearing on streams, there was a far more like friendly dynamic that existed. And I think it's crazy to deny that, right? I think that's just insane to act like Destiny wasn't being friendly with her. Destiny said that Lav was smart, for fuck's sake. You know, come on now. Come on now. Let's be real. I think at the time there was a more friendly dynamic that existed. Yeah, now, obviously, today and the last however long, it's not friendly anymore, right? There's definitely lots of antagonism there. But I think back months ago, I think it's pretty reasonable to say they like had a friendly interaction or friendly relationship.
Anything. I'm not insisting that she say anything other than what is true to her.
Again, why did you ask me if you know that she has said it before, that they were friendly and that she cares about him? She already even said that in this stream.
I asked her because I don't watch every fucking second of every fucking stream of everybody in this fucking network. I don't give a fuck, Shaelin. You also had a problem with me saying Lav should just detach from Max and Destiny and all of this and go and live her fucking life. That's a problem. Why is that an issue? That she detached from this. She's giving Shaelin, stop. She's giving you guys the fucking statement. She's giving you the information you need. She and Max have had hours-long conversations consistently about all of this. She's giving you everything you need. Why does she still need to be attached to this?
That's not the problem. If Lav wants to emotionally detach from everyone in this sphere, that would be fine with me if she thought it was good for her. The problem I have is the implication that Lav ought to get off the internet is the equivalent of detaching from this community. I don't think that Lav needs to get off the internet because a fucking huge group of assholes are harassing her because a even bigger asshole who has a platform is directing hate towards her. That is the most insane fucking thing that you could...
Okay, this is like ridiculous, okay? if her presence on the internet, right, causes her to have such mental distress, right, that she can't deal with it, yes, she has to get off the internet, right? If she is on the internet and she is getting hate from a community, right, my advice would be to not engage in behavior that would ingratiate further hatred from that community, right? If after the Max situation, right, Lav had just gone and done her, like, you know, streams, Overwatch streams or whatever, to her 40 or 50 viewers, right, I would highly doubt if she just focused on that and did that and that's what she did, I would doubt she would get the same level of attention and vitriol and whatever that she's getting from continuously engaging in this discussion and discourse around this, right? It's like you can't have it both ways, right? Yeah, sure, it's shit to get shit from people on the internet, but it's perfectly reasonable to say, well, don't engage in behavior that's going to do that. If Lav was engaging in, like, reasonable behavior and still getting the hatred, I would call that out and I say that's fucked. If Lav was there just playing Overwatch, as much as I've got my issues with Lav, and she wasn't, like, you know, talking about the discourse or making stuff up or whatever, or saying shit, even saying truthful stuff, anything like that, yeah, I'd be like, that fucking sucks. You shouldn't be getting that. But she doesn't do that, does she? Because this is her problem. You know, she wants to have a cake and eat it too. She wants to put it all on black, and then when it turns out red, she wants to keep the money that she's bet. In fact, she doesn't want to keep the money that she's bet. She wants to bet it all on black, and then when it comes in on red, she wants to win for having bet on black. That's what Lav wants, right? She wants to be able to go on and be obnoxious. This is a whole fucking thing she's done in the entire time she's been in this space. She's acted super obnoxious. She's been fucking rude to people. She's been, like, you know, harsh to people. By the way, don't give a fuck. Be as harsh as you want, right? But she doesn't like it when that's reflected back on her. Think about the Madame Genevieve thing. You remember when she, like, made a big deal out of leaving the sex work stuff? She was vicious to Madame Genevieve in that discussion with her. Only months later to turn around and go, actually, no, tee-hee, sex work's okay, I can do an OnlyFans. I still think it's bad, but I can do it. When she was, like, berating fucking Madame Genevieve for doing the thing that she now does again. It's mental. This is how she's operated from the very fucking start with all of this. You know, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, okay? Right? But also on top of that, right, if you want to be in the kitchen, that's fine, but don't go around and fucking turn all the ovens or something. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Possibly say.
Well,
no, it is not. Hold on, stop.
We were saying specifically that she should have a place on the internet.
Well, no, I will.
So you wanted her to get off, but I was saying no, she deserves a place on the internet.
Yeah, the people who are apparently berating her were the ones who are being way more gracious about that point than me. I am saying that if you are receiving a ton of abuse that you can't control and there is nothing you can do to make that situation positive for you, yes, I'm saying the only fucking healthy thing to do is detach from that situation. And as someone who cares about her, that would be your answer as well. Because she has so many healthy things she could lean into. She moved to a new place. She's found a new community. She's got a loving significant other. She's got opportunity up the fucking ass in real life that she could go to. There's no reason for her to fucking trap herself in here if all she gets is negativity and abuse. And by your own admittance, all she will ever get from here is negativity and abuse. Yes, she should unplug.
No, I'm
not
saying
because
the
it's her fault,
framing is
but because
wrong.
it's the only healthy fucking thing. No, there's no wrong framing here. It is 100% correct.
I'll tell you whether it is or not. The wrong framing is that Lav is responsible for leaving any potential community that she has instead of the community changing or the rules changing so that people can't fucking harass each other in this community. The fact that all 4 of you, again, and 5 of you earlier, were harassing Lav on this stream, telling her that she ought to leave the internet.
What about what Lav has done? MrGirl and Shaelin are completely incapable of criticizing or saying anything wrong that their daughter has done. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. And the most clear example I can think of from Max's part is when he said if Lav had said that she was dropping the new Konosan, he would characterize that as trying to destroy him, but she didn't say that, so she therefore wasn't like trying to destroy him or something along those lines, right? Then when it came out she had said that in his Reddit post, he didn't recollect his position to like say, oh actually no, then in that case Lav was attacked, and he just said, oh I got it wrong, I wasn't lying though. It's like any possible angle or evidence of which they could criticize Lav. Nothing. And I'm not looking for them to call her rude words or anything like that. It just seems they're totally incapable of doing it. Like, they just can't do it. There's no act that Lav could engage in that they would look at and go, yeah, that was stupid, that was wrong, that was dumb, you shouldn't have done that, whatever.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Chud probably woke up smiling today and didn't know why until he started his computer. He's gonna eat.
Thank you for the 420. Appreciate it, Duke. And on that note, support the stream. You know what to do. Subs, bits, money. Give me the cash. Come on, let's go.
Really? Okay, so who was telling her to leave the internet? Who was telling her to leave the internet?
Explain to us explicitly where. Explicitly where.
Telling her to
gonna make
leave
shit
the
up?
internet. We just had a whole conversation. If you just tuned in, you can rewind the VOD.
So you're just gonna make shit up, and you're not gonna expect us to push back on it?
See, this is a problem. Listen, thank you for the sub. Listen, I love it. I love the fucking contention and stuff. But there's two people making the same point. That's superfluous to requirements, okay? One person makes the point and Shaelin can respond. But instead, Zonya and Stardust are both jumping in. No attempt to stop that from happening. And then it just ratchets the tension up.
The only one who bit the bullet on her leaving the internet thing.
I don't want her to leave the internet.
I was the one saying that she should have a place on the internet.
Yeah,
I
never said that she should leave the internet. I never said that she should, whatever these other people are saying about, her and Max, right? I have not said anything regarding that. The only things that I've offered in this are the ways that the relationship between her and Steven broke down, the reasons why Steven probably feels the way that he does, he feels betrayed, etc., and just suggestions around that, right? But you came in here screaming like a fucking lunatic about God knows what, and you haven't provided an explicit example yet for what you're talking about.
I am the Banshee of Righteousness, and I am here.
Being a fucking lunatic.
I am here.
It's funny. The Banshee of Righteousness. It's so funny that she used that term. Righteousness. Righteousness. Both her and Max are high on righteous indignation. This is what it is. The righteous indignation is out of control.
Here's
the Banshee of mental illness.
To be a fucking silent sex doll and lay down with no noise. Holy shit,
God.
I would too.
Like, why bring that up?
Productive fucking.
Like, why bring that into it? Like, it's funny, of course, but it's just unnecessary.
Conversation.
Hold on. I was going to say something to Lav in DM, but I'm just going to say it now. Shaelin, the attitude you came in is not the attitude of someone who has Lav's best interest at heart. It has the smackings of someone.
It's a drama attitude.
It's the attitude of someone who thought Lav was kind of on the right track, and now people are trying to pull her off the track you want her to be on, and you're getting extraordinarily defensive about it. If you had her best interest at heart, you wouldn't be attacking me for having her also being Lav interested in this conversation, but having a different take than you.
I support Lav choosing what to do. I don't support Lav getting gaslight in a 4v1 fight about people telling her not to fucking bring up her concerns publicly about a public dispute.
Nope. Another made up.
You're not caring.
You guys are literally lying.
So you're just gonna come in here and just make up a bunch of shit and paint everybody with it. What the fuck is this shit?
You guys
are you just here for drama? Is that it? You just want to stir drama? I get that, but you maybe contribute if you actually give a fuck about Lav.
I just don't think you got her best interest in her.
I think Shaelin saw that most of you guys were picking apart what I was saying. I think Jeb is the exception.
Thank you for the sub.
I think that Jeb was the most good faith. But I think that most of you for hours now have literally told me that I should come forward with all the good things that Stephen has done and try to absolve him and try to completely untether myself from everything.
I
said not on that. When have I said that?
I just said you should be much more explicit when you say things. That's it. Like you shouldn't vague post it. Yeah. Have your position very clear. That's the only thing the only advice that I gave you on that.
How about
I'm being good faith and that I have your best interest, Lav? Trust me, this chick does not have your best interest at heart, dude.
Okay,
it is so clear.
Again,
thank you for the bits.
I don't think that's particularly fair, even to the conversation that you and I had. Right? We hashed some things out. I never said that you should that anything beyond saying that you have to be really sure about certain accusations or certain implications in this space, right?
Thank you for the sub.
Like that's just like from person to person, good advice in this space. I've never said that you have to do anything in particular with Max or with Destiny. All I've done is offer the ways that people feel betrayed in this.
Now
have you been defending Lav's position as much as you're defending Destiny's? Like, I know everyone wants to talk about how Destiny might be feeling in this situation, but have all of you been giving the same amount of time and energy to think about how Lav
I have offered my sympathies.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Wait. Why would you assume that Lav's position deserves as much defense as mine?
We got a little guest. Pop. He's returned. Honestly, I do not know what. I don't know. I know roughly what happens. I don't know exactly what happens. I'm like, what's going to happen now?
When Lav has consistently lied over and over again about the timeline.
No. I'm not
Are you going to get in trouble for talking to me? Are you going to get in trouble? Are you going to get...
No, I just think you're an abusive piece of shit. And I'm not interested in talking to you at all.
Lives with her employer? Okay, dude.
Anyway, I'm not going to continue this conversation if Destiny's in here because I think he's.
Good night. Oh, you're going to run away? Really? You're going to run away from it? All right. Well,
I'm glad that he sent you in here to do damage control.
Yeah. You're all fucking psycho.
We're down with you running away.
Good night.
Oh my gosh, the person who made that fucking piece of artwork, wonderful. I'm sure that your words ring so fucking true. Those are some powerful words from the person who obsessed over all the orbiters and drew this ridiculous piece of art about them.
Do you guys remember when Max said that he was going to keep Shaelin away from all the internet stuff until he needed to wheel her out to defend her for this shitty article?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a funny fucking meme?
Oh my gosh.
They are now in a 5v1 call with you if I leave.
How are you still on the call, you psychotic piece of shit?
Because she has to pull Lav out because MrGirl's telling her that she needs to make Lav leave. But it's going to look bad if MrGirl's one that says it.
Okay, can I
come to the MrGirl cult, Lav. Come to the MrGirl cult. We have Kool-Aid.
I would like to say one thing, okay? And I think that thing that I would like to say is that even when Lav was talking about her experiences in the space, I was still very sympathetic towards her. I still empathized with her.
Wild.
Even if I disagreed with some of the things that, like, her and I, our interactions that we've had previously. So this entire thing that Shaelin came in with is the worst faith, lunatic, like the most lunatic shit I've ever heard. And I don't blame Max. I really don't. That he wants a silent sex doll. Okay, I really don't blame him because I would want one.
He's a really good person, everyone.
Misogyny.
And it's really important that everyone know that Stardust is actually the good guy
screaming
in
like a fucking
lunatic
never
say anything bad about anyone.
Screaming like a
she's
fucking
actually really
no. You know what I would say when somebody fucking pushes me, when somebody fucking pushes me, yeah, I'm gonna fucking push back. Bitch.
Pushes you. She just came in and you fucking went.
She came in fucking screaming at the top of her lungs.
Hot.
Holy shit!
She came in ultra hot and shadowboxed everybody in the room.
I'm gonna go to bed now. You're all insane.
Have fun dreaming about all of us as we live rent free in your head, you psychotic piece of shit.
Oh my
I love you, Lav, and we'll talk later.
Love you too. All right, talk.
Get fucked.
Oh, I really, this drawing thing is just, who cares about the drawing, man? I just, I don't know why this drawing keeps coming up.
I don't know, man.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
What the fuck is wrong with her? How can you agree with that craziness?
No. There's
anyways, Lav.
What do you mean agree? What do you mean agree?
Stardust made it a Twitter profile pic. But okay. I don't think Stardust was she complaining about the drawing. I think it was Zonya complaining about the drawing though.
Lav, you and I have patched. Lav, by the way, Lav, my apology to you still stands. I ain't taking that back.
My apology to you still stands.
I don't understand why that couldn't have been a conversation when it cooled down, though. Sure, she came in hot. I wanted to actually hear some, and we were asking, and then she would start a sentence, and then it would get interrupted.
There's nothing reasonable in that person's head that it's a person that needs to be behind a razor wire topped fence for the rest of her fucking life.
All I can say about it, dude, and I just sent this to Lav in the DM, but I mean, I'll just say it again. I got lumped in right there, Lav, with all the insane people, and my only crime, even from Shaelin's perspective, is not driving you directly to Max. But you can't stop me here because it's important. Is not driving you directly to Max's shit. I was kind to her. I've been kind to you. I haven't talked about how Destiny possibly feels once. I've only asked you specifically what you know to be true about the situation, how you feel.
I know that is true for you, Jeb. Jeb, you are the shiny beacon of light here.
No, stop, Lav. What I'm saying is it shows that she doesn't have your best interest at heart when even that gets lumped into insane solely because I didn't drive you into Max's arms.
I think Shaelin walked into a conversation where all of you guys are actively telling me that I am doing something wrong by talking about how I feel, and she's my mom.
Okay,
she wanted to go.
I hate that I had to get up and come back. Hold on, give me a second, because like Shaelin came in, threw a load of accusations. I think I've been pretty good faith, and like I actually have a pretty good reputation for being good faith. But out of everyone in this call, I think I'm probably the person who's pinned you the most on random things. This is why I think the reaction to like Shaelin coming and being like, "You're all fucking dogpiling, Lav." Like, people have made comments, but of the people in this call who have been like specifically picking at things, whether it's big tech or fucking like questions about the way Lav acts, it was me, not other people. So like, I don't think it's been a 4v1. It has been people picking up different things. And like, if Shaelin wants to come and be like, "Well, Stardust's boyfriend fucking hates Max," and like pinned Lav, fine. But like, again, coming in, screaming like a banshee and like doing this shit's gonna have a clear fucking action. So there's my statement. I was pretty fucking critical, but everyone else in this call for the past like 4 hours has been incredibly understanding. So that's it. Just to clear the fucking air, because I think...
Can you explain these people? So that's Beckett of Crabs. That's actually Stardust's partner, and they're also a streamer as well.
It's worth doing, because otherwise it's another circle. Right, good night.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck about feelings on any part. I'm just saying, if the actual end goal of this was truth, everybody should know what everybody has on them. Everybody should have a chance to fucking respond, just like any journalistic article, just like any fucking trial, anything that has an interest in truth. Everybody knows what everyone has on them, and everybody gets a chance to respond. That's not the case. It's not a mistake. It's intentional. Truth is not the goal. And the way Shaelin came in here proved to me, at least, she does not have your best interest at heart or truth at heart.
The way that Shaelin came in is neither here nor there. She obviously was emotionally. She was emotional. The way that Star and Zonya, the just vitriolic, misogynistic abuse was so fucking disgusting. I genuinely can't even believe it. Like the way that you guys like think that language is permissible to speak to another human is fucking insane. Like, yeah, especially
you do. Says you. Who's got the Discord logs of Lav? Says you. But yeah, I mean, listen. I got to be honest with you. I think Stardust and Zonya were too heated. I know it's good content. I enjoyed it from a content sake, but I think the level of heat was probably a bit too high, especially because it's like a 2-on-1 situation basically.
You realize that Shaelin. Wait. We do realize that Shaelin literally drew them as dogs of mine, right? You acknowledge that that's a little bit vitriol. Wait, let her respond to that. You realize that she literally drew them as dogs that were my like slaves. Do you think that's a little bit misogynistic or vitriolic?
I don't think it's misogynistic because I don't think it had anything to do with their fucking.
You don't think the money?
I mean, well, the trouble is there were men in there too. The problem though is there was one where Stardust has got like money being stuffed in a top or something like that, right? But that being said, right? I mean, yeah. I just don't know why we've got this big focus on this piece of art. It just seems so pointless to me.
My cleavage.
Hold on,
Just
yeah,
so
let her
stupid.
respond. The dollar bill stuffed into the dog cleavage. You don't think that's a little bit misogynistic?
I think that if Star wanted to draw a photo of how she thought their relationship was abusive and that was art, she could fucking do it.
Okay, do you see the insane double standard? Do you see the insane double standard you've got set up?
I wouldn't think it was misogynistic or abusive if Star had actual... Star wasn't using that as because she thinks that it's actually true. She was trying to hurl whatever hurtful thing she could throw because she knows that Shaelin is emotional towards those things. She was trying to hurt Shaelin with everything in her fucking body. That is not what Shaelin was trying to do with the fucking photo.
I mean,
what do you think Shailen's trying to do with her?
Wait, hang on a minute. Okay, move on from the photo, right? Yes, as I've said, I think it was a bit much. It's not as if Shaelin was coming in and being like totally chilling, totally calm. Shaelin came in hot too, right? Shaelin came in hot too. Like, it's not as if Shaelin came in and was like very friendly and nice and stuff like that. She came in pretty heated herself.
To attack every single orbiter. Of course, that's the point. It's to undermine the autonomy of every single person around me and to declare that every single thing they say is coming from my mouth. That's the whole point of the art piece.
You guys do that. You literally do that with Shaelin and Max every time you open your fucking mouth about her.
Because Max said explicitly that Shaelin was never supposed to be on the internet.
There's a reason
you realize that you just did a whataboutism? You just did a whataboutism and when I...
when you do it. It's only justified when you do it. That makes sense.
The difference between me and MrGirl is I have never in my entire life told you who you should or shouldn't talk to, and MrGirl literally redirected you to his zombie girlfriend for advice. Do you not see the fucking difference there?
Wait, Steven, you have literally been in my DMs. I can literally pull them out right now where you're saying that he is manipulating me and that and you've said like, why would you choose him over me? Like you have absolutely
if you want to post
crazy shit.
Lav, if you want to post the full fucking shit, me talking about him, go for it. What I've said multiple times was, yeah, I do think he's manipulating you. But I've also said explicitly, if you want to talk to him, go for it. He's the one saying to you, he's the one saying to you, no, don't equal it. Don't equal it. No. Stop being fucking retarded. Don't equalize it. He's telling you to leave my stream forever because I'm manipulative and implicit. I said you can talk to whoever you want. He's redirecting you to Lab. Could you imagine if I said, Lab, I understand you're upset about me. Go talk to Melina. Do you know how fucking weird that is? How any person could see that that's like the most manipulative, cultish fucking thing in the world? And you're trying to equate both of us because I think he's fucking manipulative?
And she literally came into a group of people that are just talking, like at least me, just talking and asking you what's going on, and immediately said we're gaslighters. That's an abuse accusation. She's literally calling everybody in here abusers off the rip with almost no information just because.
Well, sure. I'm just trying to point out the difference is that like Max is intentionally driving you to only having conversations with one type of people, and then he's fucking crying like a little baby bitch on stream, trying to pull you out of another community that he doesn't like. I've never done anything even remotely close to that in my entire fucking life, or threatened to stop talking to you or stop associating with you. You don't go into some other person's community. It's fucking insane. I can't believe you try to equate us there.
Didn't you blacklist anyone who streamed with Max or me for like a month?
First of all, that lasted for 1 week, and secondly, that's because you motherfuckers are messaging women that I haven't talked to for 7 fucking years.
What do you mean, you guys?
Women,
Steven, stop!
You're all part of the same fucking team, dude.
What the fuck are you talking about? I've literally done fucking nothing, Steven. Stop!
Were you not doing?
So whilst that's true, I'd agree with that. I don't think that I don't think Lav is messaging anyone about this. It's like, but she started the fire. Right? She started the fire. Max bears responsibility for his actions, and it probably is a bit wrong to lump them all in together in terms of the messaging, the woman or whatever, but she is like patient zero. She's fundamental to all of this. She's fundamental to all of this, you know?
Fucking nothing!
Were you not doing you literally okay, how about you send all of your logs with him to me then, if you're on a neutral side here? Since you sent all of our logs to him, which by the way included a ton of personal information that I see you don't give a fuck about, but since you sent all of my stuff to him, why don't you send all of your conversation?
Wait, why? Okay, she's the one that messaged Anna and started it. What do you mean? Didn't she connect Max and Anna? You people are fucking... Honestly, I don't know who I hate worse. I don't know who I hate more. The fucking retards from Max's... The fucking Uber retards from Max's community or the Uber retards from Destiny's community. What did I just say? What were the words that I just said? Repeat to me what my position was. I just fucking said that, didn't I? I said she's the person that started the fire. You're going to make me go fucking crazy. What the fucking planet are you on?
To me, you said you'd do it earlier, right? Didn't you say that earlier? You'd send the logs? Or was that just posturing and nobody here bothered to ask?
If you, yeah,
Yeah, so that was bullshit. You said it because
I have nothing to hide. I have literally nothing to hide. I'll send them to you if you really want them.
Okay, I really do. Before you log off this call, the next like 2 minutes, do it right now. Get on Discord exporter and shoot me your whole logs. I'm super curious to see what you guys talk about.
First of all, I can't do it on this call because my Discord app isn't working, but I can do it when my Discord app starts to work.
How convenient, Lav.
I'm on
You're not gonna do it.
Oh wait, no, I can't do it. No, I
just
can't do
reconnect.
it. Just kidding. No, hold on. No. I'm just kidding. I can't do it.
Yep. It's just knowing. Do you think that it's shitty that Max is doing that, Lav? Messaging everyone he's ever talked to, fucking every female.
I think
like I haven't asked you as a family with 2 other kids.
Why are you asking?
I haven't talked to you in 6 years. Who he's fucking DMing for information?
If I think it's okay or not, does it matter?
Wait, is that true? Either someone who he's not spoken to for 6 years. Okay. I remember, right? There's a story. It's like oh man, this is like from like 30 years ago or 20 years ago or something, right? Whatever. I remember learning about it in school, and there's basically about a guy who commits a murder, right? This guy commits a murder in a house, and the body's there, and it's on the floor, and he cleans the body up, and he cleans the blood up. And then he's like, oh, okay, right, I need to clean this bit up, though, because a bit of blood might got on that. And so he starts to clean, like, the table near to where the body is. And basically it goes on and on and on and on, right? And eventually it gets to the point where it's like, you know, a couple of days later, and he's in the attic cleaning coins or something, right? So he's got to the point where he's cleaning every inch of this house because he's gone psychotic, thinking that like he needs to clean every aspect of the house in order so that he doesn't get off with it. Does that make sense, right? That basically is like, I feel like what Max is doing. So he started off investigating or talking to people that are close enough that it's maybe, you know, it's understandable at least why he might contact someone that's, say, been on stream. He might contact someone that's like talked to him before and been on stream with him before, so on and so on and so on, right? But then eventually it gets to the point where he's like messaging people from 6 years ago that have got a family. It's like this obsession with like trying to find out the truth of what's happened that's got to the point where you're, you know, engaging in what is like completely insane, ridiculous acts. In the end of the story that I was talking about, the police discover him days after the fact. He would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for if he just cleaned up the body and moved on. But because he got obsessed that he was cleaning every aspect of the house, it leads to his downfall, basically, right? It leads to his downfall because the police find him in the attic cleaning coins, because he's not like disposed of the body. Do you see the thing I'm trying to say there, right? I'm basically saying Max is like, no, I'm not saying Max is the murderer. I'm just saying the obsession is the same. The obsession is the same of like thinking I need to go into more and more and more, you know, intricate detail in what I'm doing in this in order to do the thing that I'm doing.
Matter if I think it's okay or not. I'm not part of it.
Yes, it does a little bit.
Can we at least agree that it's weird as fuck and creepy?
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird if you're trying to investigate whether or not someone's an abuser to talk to women that they could have potentially abused. No, I don't think that that's weird. I think it's probably uncomfortable. Yeah.
I think it's really, really weird.
I just don't see.
What's this? There's a girl I followed on Instagram that I know IRL who has never been on stream before ever. No one knows who she is literally. But somehow MrGirl messaged her yesterday saying someone told me I should contact you. It's not an impersonator. I can literally see the DM from him to her. What? Has anyone got a link to that?
Why you would purposefully detach yourself from it when he said, you guys, if you don't actually think it's not okay.
No, or actually, I'm curious. If I would have put out a call to my community to ask if I could get into contact with every single person, every girl Max has ever been in contact with, every relationship he's been in, the camera girl he talked about, his parents and his family, do you think that would be okay for me to do? Since you think it's okay for Max to do, it'd just be like a little uncomfortable.
Steven, I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust you to not.
Is this confirmed? So obviously, I can't see who it's being sent to. Obviously, they're anonymous, right? Anything you want to share? Okay. I mean, this is him in the attic cleaning the coins, and then the police find him, right? Is this person even going to know what that means? He's talking as if like this person is going to know what that is. I have no idea. The girl is a private friend. She's not a streamer or public at all. I have zero idea how he would even know she exists. It's weird too. Like, if it's not a streamer, what is he even investigating?
Not use this to like abuse me.
You won't even answer the question. You don't trust me when Max is the one that's emailing Hafu, professional female contact psychopath that I've never even remotely been sexual with, saying multiple women are coming forward with abuse. Do you understand how fucking unhinged that is?
Steven,
you know, just saying my name over and over again doesn't actually respond to anything I'm saying, right?
After the shit that you said about me today, after the fucking shit that you've levied against me today, I don't feel comfortable sending you any logs of me being vulnerable.
Oh, there it is. I know.
With someone else, when I feel like you are going to read them on stream to send more hate and direct more hate.
It's okay. It's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good. I knew you were never sending him. It's okay.
I want to bite a bullet here. I'm going to say that if Destiny or if Steven decided to...
MrGirl has denied DM people Destiny follows on Instagram, but it appears he DM'd them on Twitter. They have never been on stream or known publicly. His desperation is on full display. I can't answer that without sharing the tip, and the tip is not verified, so I can't share it. If I can verify anything, I'll let you know. Wait, you really went directly to the person that tip was about before getting any evidence that the tip you received was credible? Yeah, What? This is... What is he doing? His subreddit is a fucking mess. I tell you that much. His subreddit is... It has become like the Dave Rubin subreddit or the Joe Rogan subreddit. Like, most of the threads on there are just like completely shitting on him, which, you know.
Go after, let's say, Lav, and everybody Lav's in Lav's life, right? Everybody that Lav's had a relationship with, to contact them and write an article on her. I would definitely have a problem with it. I would definitely be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? So I will bite that bullet. Just, you know, just so
so one of my chatters just brought up something really interesting, Lav. You were really pissed off at Sick for going into your background and talking to a friend of yours that you hadn't talked to in a long time.
Yeah, to lie about me completely unsubstantiated and
well, for his
like when Max messages multiple girls and says other people have come forward with abuse of young women sexually.
I don't think Max
he's investigating. By the way, he's investigating.
Yeah, thanks for the sub.
You guys are literally doing the fucking 5v1 thing. You guys are literally...
All right, go ahead.
This is not a 5v1. If you need people to come up,
let her go.
If you want people to run in defense, then we can go into it. But that's
here we go to the chip. Yes,
give it to her. Max is not putting anything in the article that he could not substantiate.
Is he going to include Anna's story that she intentionally asked to be left out of?
If he asked to be left out of it, I don't know. I don't know.
So we don't know yet because he hasn't released it, but it's just as creepy, right? It's the same kind of creepy thing. Someone digging into your past, talking to people you haven't associated with in a long time, right? That's creepy shit. You agree it's creepy. You saw it being creepy when Sick was doing it. It's probably just as creepy seeing Max do it, correct?
I don't have a series of like abuse allegations.
No, I don't have a series of abuse allegations.
No, Destiny.
What are my series of?
That is wild to me. That she is not gonna. I mean, it's not his lab at the end of the day. It's not surprising, is it? And the thing is there are, like, listen, I've already made my case about the Sick video. I've spoken about it loads. I think that some of it was a bit excessive or whatever, right? But, like, fundamentally, I think that it's pretty reasonable to look at, if someone's made, like, lots of public allegations of sexual misconduct against a person, it's pretty reasonable to kind of look into the veracity of that and talk about what happened and stuff like that.
Abuse
in terms of, like, you know, Lav had made these allegations against people, and that was kind of front loaded in 6th video. You know, he was like looking into what these claims were, what happened, and some of the drama around it. You know, when it comes to the charity thing, I think he contacted a friend, which, you know, could be argued was excessive, perhaps, you know, sure. But then again, the friend has made like public statements about Lav. So he was kind of clarifying what like that person had said, you know. What we've got in the case of Destiny is not contacting even people that have been on stream. We're at the point where we're contacting, you know, random people off the back of tips from who the fuck knows who this tip came from. And, you know, clearly the person that's being contacted is not someone who has got like dirt that they want to reveal on Destiny. Because if they were, why the fuck would they send that to Destiny? Why would the fuck would they say to Destiny, hey, this guy messaged me, do you know what this is about? Presumably is what happened, right? Do you see what I mean? Yeah, normally what would happen is you might put out something that's like, you know, if you've got any information or something like that. But the idea that like you go to message the people is wild. I think that like within reason, it's fair enough to want to message people where there have been very public allegations made or something like that. But if you're at the point where you're messaging random people off the back of private tips that you're not willing to disclose, that's mental.
Don't you have like multiple people from multiple communities saying that you're like super abusive? Like Vosh, Hassan.
I have multiple people from multiple communities saying, oh, shut the fuck up. I have multiple people from multiple communities saying I'm a mean person on Twitter. Don't conflate that with the abuse that you're talking about.
What do you think abuse and meanness? What's the line between meanness and abuse?
They're not victims coming out.
Let me fucking do this conversation. Okay.
Sorry.
The difference between abuse and meanness is abuse usually implies that you have some level of power or coercive ability over a person, and you're able to keep them in an area to make them endure something that they wouldn't want to otherwise. That's typically what abuse means. It's not just being mean on Twitter or tweeting at somebody. Like if I walk on the street and I call somebody like, oh, you're a fucking asshole. That's not quote unquote abuse. That's not typically what it means. That's definitely not how you guys have been using it. Because all of the context that Max has been using it in is in the context of me having coercive powers over people that I have a dramatically like big power differential over. You know this. Don't act like abuse is just mean.
Steven, will you add me on Discord so I can send you?
Important evidence resolves Destiny of abuse. I've got to be honest with you. If I see a guy doing hoverhand, I think the chances of them having committed rape increases by about 10%. So that isn't actually working too much in the favor of that. I've got to be honest with you.
Send me your friend request.
He's on the phone right now, right?
Yeah, and one thing, Lav, is, yeah, I totally get it. If you are writing a journalistic article on allegations to somebody, it is standard practice to get in touch with anyone you think would have a story. He loses that excuse when he's not operating under the other standard practice, which is to go to Destiny with every single thing that he gets and ask him for comment on it, which he's not doing because he's not interested in Destiny's side of the story. He's only interested in painting a picture, a one-sided picture. And he's
cherry picking all the information and leaving out anything that would disprove what he's saying.
Literally, what the article was supposed to drop already, and now it's going to drop in a couple weeks, and he's still asking, basically, please send me the worst possible shit you can. Direct threats. He's literally just like, please send me the nastiest fucking shit possible. Because I'm about to wrap this thing up.
Girls that have like never even been on stream before. Like, what is he even looking for? I'm just like raping normies now? Is that what the article is expanded to?
I don't know. I don't know any of this. Literally, I don't know anything.
No. Well, I think the question is, can Destiny prove he hasn't raped a normie? Checkmate.
Not expecting you to, but we're saying like, to understand that it's not this loving trying to help Destiny and also seek the truth mission. Every single piece of evidence points to that not being the case. Every single piece, other than him saying, I love Destiny. I'll always love Destiny. Everything he's doing with his actions is not showing that. And the same way that you're saying Destiny doesn't give a fuck about you because his actions don't align with that, you have to be able to look at Max in the same objective light of his actions are not matching up with this I love Destiny and I'm seeking the truth thing because he has no fucking interest in hearing Destiny's side of the story on any of it.
Also, just to be clear, because I think Shaelin said it too, I don't have a history of abuse allegations. That's bullshit. I've been sexually active even with people that fucking hate me now that have never levied an abuse accusation like this. The most I've gotten is he's really mean on Twitter, or his community can be mean. Nobody's ever accused me of abuse before.
I don't know.
Which is ultra ironic given how Max reacted to Cherry and Stardust doing something that was like a million times not even close to as serious as what he's doing to me, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I've talked about that. I don't... dude.
DGD can be brutal. I want my community to be worse. Listen, yeah, it sucks, right? Being at the sharp end of someone's big community fucking sucks. I don't deny that. What really pisses me off as a content creator myself, okay, is when people will absolutely reap the reward of engaging with someone when it suits them, but when it turns bad, they complain at having done it in the first place. Because it's like, you can be a streamer of your own accord. You can do your own thing. There's plenty of people that have done so, that have just built their own little community and done their own thing, and they stream to 50, 60, 70 people. You know, they might get people coming in and giving them shit from time to time, but they don't have this kind of problem because, you know, they're not ingratiating and engaging with communities, you know, that are like, you know, hostile towards them and stuff. Like, if you get ingratiated into like hostile, toxic discourse with communities that are large and unwieldy, with people that are very like an asshole and obnoxious at the kind of pinnacle of it, it's going to suck when that kind of comes against you, yeah. But then, you know, there's people out there who have had a really rough ride, like engaging with Destiny, but they've gone and built their own thing. They don't really talk about or engage with Destiny anymore. And like, as far as I know, they're okay, right? Like, it is possible. Even if you're ingratiated, you can move away and go and do your own thing, and you can, you know, prosper and have a great time of it. But people, this is the thing, is people want the benefit. It's why I say it's like going to the casino, placing bets, and then expecting to win even if you lose, right? It's risk versus reward, okay? High risk, high reward, like all of this is. Now, the thing is like, there probably are some things you could change. There probably are some things you can put in place that I might well agree with and think, well, that's quite a good idea, right? But the problem is I don't want to adhere to more TOS. I certainly don't want to be fucking, oh, the government's going to come in and look at what's going on about these personal relationships. It's just wild to me, you know? I think if you like it, engage in it, do it, right? If you don't like it, don't engage in it, don't do it. If you like it, but it gets too much for you, take a step away. If you really don't like it, move to do something else. If you can't get away from it and you feel like it's bothering you, then leave the internet. You know, what other choice is there? Now, that being said, I am very skeptical about this idea that if you do go and do your own thing, you're just going to continue to get hatred endlessly, right? There are people who have had very hostile interactions who don't even do like online politics stuff anymore. They're just doing their own thing on their corner on the internet, like I say, and they're fine. You know, so I just really reject this idea and this concept that, like, you know, it's not possible to ingratiate yourself with the community without leaving the internet in totality.
I think Max really thinks that he's doing something good. Steven, if you wanted to do the same thing to Max, you should do it. I don't know.
Yes, I know Max knows he's doing the right thing. And schizophrenics think that they're being tracked down by the CIA. It doesn't have any bearing on whether or not there's any truth to the matter. And you've thrown your lot in with him parroting the same accusations. You just did it here. Haven't you had abuse accusations before? Without any evidence.
Well, I thought that you had him. I'm actually pretty sure that... I don't know. I don't know. You said like mean online and abuse. Like, what is the line? Do you have a line?
I can't believe. Do you seriously not know the difference? Do you think that there's a difference between being? Then I don't know why you're involved in this conversation at all, or why you would ever like. You keep saying there's so much nuance. You don't even know there's between abuse and being mean.
So abuse is use something to bad effect or for a bad purpose, or treat a person with cruelty. Especially regularly.
Are you reading the dictionary definition right now for this conversation?
Yeah.
For purposes, when you're talking about abusive relationships or abuse things, abuse typically
We're just going to use your made-up.
has,
We're just going to use your made-up definition, not an actual definition.
It's colloquial.
If somebody says they were in an abusive situation, what are you thinking in your mind? Wow, somebody must have hit you on the street. That's not how we use the term abuse.
Sure. I think that the
why are you
abuse,
saying
the
sure
pattern,
like there's any question of this whatsoever?
The pattern is what is important. It's at especially
there is no pattern of abusive relationships. Yes, there is no pattern of abusive relationships with me.
Steven,
I'm on good terms with every single ex I've ever had.
Of you being mean on Twitter.
Yeah, true. I agree. And if you guys wanted to accuse me, hey, I want to talk to you about Destiny, he's been mean to a lot of people, then go for it. That's fine. I have been mean to a lot of people. But when the claim is he's been abusive and sexually coercive, especially with young women, do you guys see the difference of gravity of the claim?
I don't know about the young woman part. I didn't know that was.
Oh, sorry. That's just in the DMs that he sends to like every random fucking person that he thinks I've ever made contact with. He's DMing girls that I played like 2 games of League of Legends with like 3 years ago that I forgot even existed.
And Lav, that's the problem.
Steven, why are you putting me on trial for something I literally haven't fucking written?
Because you're lending your credibility to him for this article. You helped to build the start of the investigation.
Yes.
By connecting him to
She's patient zero. She started the fire. Like, sure, you could argue that there's some things Max are doing at an extremity that maybe she doesn't bear direct responsibility for. But, you know, she is the instigator. She is the architect of all of this, right? She's one of the architects, at least.
And I'm giving him your story and giving him your logs. You're like the instigator to all of this.
Steven, if there's nothing to worry about, then there's nothing to fucking worry about. If you don't think that you did anything wrong with me, then why the fuck does it matter?
Okay, I'm gonna send my entire community tomorrow on finding out every single piece of information you've ever had on you. Every friend you've talked to, every person you've hooked up with, every TikToker you've collabed with, and as long as you're not hiding anything, you should feel okay about that. Did you really say something that fucking retarded, Lav? Do you not see how fucking creepy or weird it is to have an anonymous fucking weirdo dude that's known on the internet as a pedophile messaging random women that I used to have professional contacts with saying me and other women are coming forward with Steven, abuse allegations against Destiny? No, Lav. Are you following the conversation? Do you understand what I just said?
Yes, you said some anonymous dude. This was like your friend that you would like.
No, anonymous to the people he's talking to.
He's anonymous to everybody else. MrGirl is known as the cuties guy on the internet. He's an anonymous person. He's not like a highly respected investigative journalist or something.
Steven, it hurts that.
The other problem you've got with this as well, and this is something that I just I've not heard a sort of good answer to. But if you're the victim of someone, so normally what happens is, if you're the victim of someone, you might like collate stories, right? You might contact people that have also gone public, or, you know, they might send you might say, hey, if you've got stories about this, send them to me. And then people would send them to you and you'll collate them, something like that, right? If you're the victim. But it is extremely unusual, and I would argue a conflict of interest, if you are claiming to be the victim of abuse, investigating the abuse the person has done. Because it's a clear conflict of interest, and you're clearly going to be biased when you're looking at it, right? It wasn't people that had been fucking raped by Harvey Weinstein that were writing newspaper articles about Harvey Weinstein. You had journalists that got wind of it, right? That weren't involved directly, that weren't themselves raped by him, and they were then contacting people that had come forward with stories to collate information and, yeah, do an investigation. But here's the other thing as well. I don't know this for sure. I don't know how fucking journalism works, but I'd be very surprised if the journalist's first gambit would be to open up, you know, in the way that Max was opening up, you know? It's you know, it's like you're front loading the conversation with claims that is going to potentially dictate the course of the way the conversation is going to go. Right? What came of that, by the way? Because, yeah, he tweeted at the guy that broke the Weinstein story, right? Does anyone know whatever came of that?
I am caught in the crossfire of this. It has always hurt. I don't
care that it hurts you. It hurts me a million times more. You put yourself in the crossfire. You're not in the crossfire. You literally are holding the gun. I'm the one in the crossfire, motherfucker. I am the one in the crossfire. You are one of the people holding the guns. What part of that doesn't make sense? You're the one that's helping Max build a case against me while he digs through every single person I've ever talked to.
Steven, not if there's nothing in it that's fucking worth mentioning.
Okay, I'll remember that. Okay.
Lav, remember when I said he's got you in the sidecar? That's the issue. He's got you in the sidecar, and you have no fucking idea where you're going. He's not giving you any information about what's in the article. He's not giving you any information about the backing of it. He's not giving you any information about why he just randomly suddenly.
Technically, journalism works any which way. There is no ISO standard overall. I don't know if that's true. I would imagine that there are at least some standards that exist for like an investigative journalist. I mean, obviously, if you're just a random on the internet, like who the fuck can do anything about that, right? But there's got to be some set of standards or thing or way you must, you know, or at least guidelines for how you're supposed to do this, right?
He put out another tweet looking for even juicier shit. You're sitting in the sidecar. He's not telling you at all where it's going. You're saying you don't want to be on the fucking bike. You can't get out of the sidecar while.
Okay, so Doobie's got a comment here. That was my problem with Max's DMs to me. He said there was a disturbing pattern of abuse of women, and he said he was finding fucked up shit with zero evidence while trying to get info contacts out of me. He totally front-loaded our convo. Yeah, exactly.
Sitting on your ass. You have to get up and get out. You have to actively separate sometimes. It can't just be, I hate being stuck in the crosshair.
Like this whole thing kicked off with you and Max telling Anna that I was about to drop a nuke on her, which wasn't even true, by the way, and I'd given no indication of. And the only reason you guys even thought that, you went on stream and you...
What are you talking about?
You went on stream and you called me the Harvey Weinstein of Twitch, and I got irritated. And when I got irritated, you and Max told Anna that I was going to nuke her unless she started leaking everything to Max.
Wait,
that was one of the things that...
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Are we doing the benzo memory fog, or what do you mean? What part of this don't you understand? I'm pretty sure MrGirl still has the tweet up. MrGirl is literally explaining that he told Anna that Destiny's going to drop a nuke on Lav if I don't get all of your logs to defend against the claim that you made on your stream about me. That's how this whole thing kicked off.
I've never seen this nuke thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Steven.
Somebody should link it to her right now so she can watch it. It's like a 45-second clip, I think.
Do you have a screenshot of this or something?
No, it's not a screenshot. It's a video of him talking about it. He's on his stream and he says the reason, like, Lav went on her stream and made a big accusation about me being Harvey Weinstein. I got really upset, and then Max, I thought Max and you, but maybe just Max and Shaelin, ran to Anna and said, hey, we need you to give us all of your logs because Destiny's about to drop a nuke on you. Or a nuke on Lav. And that was the instigating moment in order to get all of Anna's shit turned.
I don't know the exact like way it was framed personally, but that is like roughly what happened was, yeah. So Lav went on stream and said this. I know for a fact that there was a conversation happening behind the scenes between Max and Anna, because Max needed like this screenshot. And I think that what Max thought at the time was that the revelation that Destiny was still sexting Anna was going to like cause a massive controversy that everyone was going to be like, oh my God, what? Now, admittedly, right, there are some people that for some reason acted like it was nothing to be concerned about or no big deal. You know, Destiny himself, I think, kind of downplayed how insane that concept was. But nonetheless, there was some criticism of that, and people were like, what? What the fuck? I had no idea that was a thing, including his wife, right? But the point there is that it wasn't as like explosive, I think, as was anticipated. It was kind of like, damn, that's fucking crazy at worst. And then it kind of like dissipated down from there, you know? What's this? I told Anna that if she gave me a screenshot, Steven's audience would dogpile me instead of any of the accusers, and I pleaded with her to do so. Oh, right, okay. So the point is he's saying there's going to be a lot of heat. I'll take it by releasing it rather than you having to take it. Is that it? Have I got that right? He is insanely manipulative, like, holy shit. The amount of coercion he was putting on me to send him a screenshot of a sexting was insane. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. Oh, is he referencing this? I was at a 3-hour voice call that I had with him and Shaelin. I broke down and sent him the screenshot at the very end. I told him there like a million times, but I just broke down at the end. Okay.
Turned over after a 3-hour call with her. He's on a Twitter video admitting all of it. He said it on one of his streams. I don't believe you don't remember this. I feel like you're playing stupid right now. It was a pretty big starting moment. It was when you made your first claim about me being Harvey Weinstein on stream. And then I think that was the day that I revealed to the public that Max was working on some investigation about me when he came in and tried to drop a big bomb that I was sexting a 32-year-old like it was the end of the fucking world.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
It's all good.
Cherry linked the tweet in my chat. One of the white blood cells. Good job, Cherry. You're going to be rewarded with 37 DGG points tomorrow. It's going on your account.
Will you send it to me? Your chat is... I don't have access.
Can somebody link what Cherry tweeted? I can't. I'm on my phone right now.
Somebody's stock going up.
Is it on your DGG chat?
Yeah, Cherry linked it.
Okay.
Unable
tweet starting with
unable to view this tweet because
open it in incognito mode. I know a lot of people have it, but I know you could do that.
Honestly, like, I think, you know, a lot of that is in people's heads, right? You know, this idea, like, on both sides, the white blood cell side, like on the Lav side. Like, I remember the other day, Lav was talking about, I was tempted by the stocks going up. And to me, I'm just like, well, that's just a fucking meme, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously. Listen, I do not listen. If you want to milk Lav, I'm not here to milk anyone, okay? I'm in 30 minutes, I'm moving on to something else anyway, so we'll watch as much as we can of this. I think we've kind of watched the meat of it anyway, so.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. I've never used incognito mode.
Okay, hold on. It's the Cherry tweet that she linked.
Someone want to drop this inside of the...
I'm just dropping
Okay.
This is the last thing I saw Cherry link.
MrGirl, I think
it's her quote tweet of the Max video. So if that's what we're looking for, it's there.
Okay.
I might come back to it later, yeah, once I've covered everything else.
Media could not be played.
Well, it's Twitter. It's Twitter on Discord. You have to click the link and open it on Twitter, and then you can play the video.
Destiny Strong's argument against
I'm like,
it's
fine.
is that you're manipulating people behind the scenes, not necessarily that you're merely investigating. MrGirl, I think Destiny's strongest argument against you is that you're manipulating people behind the scenes, not necessarily that you're merely investigating. I agree that the Anna sexting is weird, but not that bad. So I think the manipulation of Anna and other women by you is what you should comment on. Okay. I don't know what manipulation you're talking about. With Anna, I said, listen, Lav just said that you've been sexting with Steven for a year. She has triggered a nuclear attack. Steven is about to attack us. And I need you to give me proof of that. I need you to give me proof. Because without proof,
this is where the new comment comes from. Okay, got it.
But
that makes sense now.
Anna, you are the weapon that Steven uses to discredit women. No one wants to be an Anna. If you take that away from him and say, actually, he's been lying about Anna this entire time, then he can't do this anymore. It puts a stop to it. So I said, please give me a screenshot. I know this is scary. She said, can you do it without the screenshot? And I was like, I don't think so. I need the screenshot. We need to come forward. We need to do this right. We need to back up Lav, because Lav has made a claim, and now we need to give her evidence to back up that claim, or else she is going to get fucking dogpiled, and I don't want to watch this happen to her. I don't want to watch it happen to you. I don't want to watch it happen to anybody. I want this to stop. So if that's manipulation, then sure. But I don't think it is.
What's going on? Oh.
And that whole situation.
Because he was making it up to foster this idea in Anna that something horrible was going to happen if he didn't get what he wanted from her. He was manipulating her.
Well, I think it's possible that you... Wait, hold on.
I
think it... Is it entirely crazy to think that you would
this is
retaliate after either of us came forward with the information that you were being extremely messy and still
Right, are we back in
it?
literally 1 minute?
Retaliate how? With the truth? Now you're blackmailing me?
Wait, blackmailing you? What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean, am I going to retaliate? What, like just make basic accusations against you guys? Why would I do? I would look horrible doing that. What do you mean? If I'm retaliating, it's going to be to tell my side of the story.
You literally made a fucking crazy baseless accusation towards me fucking earlier in this fucking today.
Number one, you're taking right now to try to explain actions in the past, which unless you're a fucking time traveler, if that's a power that Jewish people have that I was unaware of, then I'm sorry, but I don't think you could do that. Number one. Number two, you're content. It's contestable. it's a false claim or not. Number 3, back to all of this. This was Max manipulating Anna because of something you said on stream. How are you trying to say you guys aren't working together when he's literally harassing Anna, manipulating her to get DMs to bail you out from a claim that you made on stream? And now you're telling me, oh, we didn't work together. Do you not see how this all kind of comes together?
Well, then, did Anna also work with us?
So
like,
here's
wait,
the thing. The way
like,
Anna described the situation.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
You're framing this as like us working together against you, which I understand that it feels that way, Steven, but it really felt like we were waiting for the ball to drop. Like, we already.
What did you think I was gonna do? No. I want to hear. What did you think I was gonna do? I need to hear this. I'm curious.
I don't know.
What does me dropping the ball look like? No. You know, you must have some idea.
Probably direct hate to us on all over social media.
I need you to be like clear. So am I gonna tweet out like go attack MrGirl and Lav guys? No. Direct hate doesn't mean anything. Those aren't like real directions.
You probably would have. I obviously was scared that you were gonna bring up the Hassan thing that I readily fell on the blade of. I don't know what Max was scared of. I don't know that whole.
Well, hold on. Didn't you tell Max that Steven was going to drop a nuke or something? Wasn't that the DMs that you had with him right before that whole thing happened? Before he went to, because like you DM'd Steven or Max to let him know that Steven was going to drop a nuke. Max then panicked, went to Anna and said, "I need the screenshots now."
What do you mean drop a nuke? What the fuck are you? What is this drop a nuke thing? The drop a nuke thing was about Hassan.
He told Anna that Destiny was going to drop a nuke on you.
No.
Anna didn't give him the story.
What day was this?
Weren't you the one who prompted Max?
I can look at our DMs.
Yeah,
what day was this?
That would have been what, November 7th? I think it would have been November 7th.
Or it was the 8th.
I'm looking for my chat to... Oh, peep DMs? Okay, hang on. Somebody linked me something.
I'm not red. Look, I'm normal again. It's because of the screen. The lighting wasn't right.
I can't with this shit.
Just let it be in the record for whatever dog shit YouTube video this goes up on. I just wanted to be know that all of this is going to get walked back tomorrow, but go ahead.
I'm a bit red, actually. I'm just looking
Okay,
now.
so let me pull this up.
I'm a gammon.
It just seems like every fucking step of this conversation, you're learning a new thing that you probably don't approve of that Max did in part of his quote unquote like advocacy for you. And I don't see why he would not be sharing any of this with you if his genuine pursuit was your best interest in it.
I'm red because I'm indigenous. I'm indigenous English. I'm an indigenous English person. Please stop being racialized towards me.
It's not. We keep acting like we don't know what Max would be scared of when it's obvious. What Max is scared of is Destiny knowing what he has on him and getting the chance to honestly respond to it. It's why he's not asking him. It's why he's not wanting any of it to get out. It's why he's trying to do it all anonymously and not asking for comment. He's scared of Destiny actually being able to correct the record because he knows Destiny's platform is big enough that he can't just put out a baseless accusation and have it stick if Destiny has a chance to get out in front of it and actually give his side of it and give logs or whatever it is he has on it. That's what it's not a question what Max would be scared of. Max is scared of Destiny correcting the record or at least giving his side of it.
Yeah, I have no DMs with Max about anything of that sort.
Yeah, I know. He's not telling you any of it at all.
So it looks like
playing both sides.
Okay, so I got a screenshot of your DMs with Anna here up. So this is what was linked to me. It's the one where Anna is saying, "See, that's a problem. If I don't stay friends with Steven, he will do this. But why sext him?" Said Lav, and then he will turn people against me and make my streams, my streaming life a living hell. I'm dumb, naive, and don't be like me. So, and then you said, so you feel like you have to placate him so he doesn't abuse you. Anna said, sorta. And then you said, this is horrifying. And then Anna said, I know. And then Lav said, Max mentioned talking to a bunch of women. Steven has done this too. So that's on the 7th.
Which is not true, by the way. But...
And then
I
Max,
think that was an anticipatory statement.
But then what? That's a fabrication.
Yes, Doobie. I'm aware of your anti-Anna perspective on this.
And then you said
no.
Max mentioned.
I said Max mentioned like he was going to talk to a bunch of women. I think there's a bunch. You could bring up Bad Bunny, Keffels, like a bunch of other women that you have directed.
So he's planning it, maybe. Okay.
Yes.
So
wait, have Keffels and Destiny fucked?
But then Max's story at the time was that at that point you came to him and told him about it.
No, listen, panicked. I don't think that. I'm just saying, like, if the point is to investigate, like, sexual whatever, I just don't understand why you go to Keffels, because Keffels, like, it feels like it's difficult to differentiate what is political disagreement and fighting. How much responsibility does the other person have for giving shit? I don't know, man. I don't know why you speak to Keffels. It just seems like such a weird person to speak to, but who knows? Lav was talking all sorts of shit earlier.
And then
knows what the
he
truth
said,
is.
reached out to Anna, or I guess you told you to get Anna to reach out to him.
Okay. I wouldn't rule it out, no. How the fuck? It would be insane for me to rule that out, wouldn't it? Can we just be real for a second, right? If it transpired that Destiny and Kevils had some sort of tryst, okay, that would not be shocking to me at this point.
To give him the screenshots, and that was where the group chat started. And then the way Anna described it to me, that group chat, she described it as being very, very stressful. She felt put on the spot. The situation that she described, the way I viewed it, the way she was describing it, it sounded like an interrogation with Max and Shaelin being the interrogators and pressuring her for 2.5 hours to drop some kind of screenshot for them to use. And she didn't even want to do it, and she finally caved. So that the situation she described to me on my stream sounded extremely manipulative and abusive, I would argue.
I think it's hard to... I think that Anna was telling literally every single person a different thing. And I don't think that that's her... I don't think that she's doing that on purpose. I'm just saying, like, I don't... It's hard to trust... Like, I was in that call.
Don't say it.
I was in that call. It wasn't...
Wait, you were in the 3-hour call where they were trying to pressure her for the...
I wasn't in it for 3 hours, but I was in it for a substantial amount of time, and it was the only thing that she was worried about was it being too sexually explicit. So she was trying to block out the parts that were sexually explicit because they were embarrassing.
No, she said she didn't. No, she did not tell me that.
That's literally what happened. On the call, that is literally what happened. Is that she was trying to block out? There's literally. I don't want it to be public, but there are literally screenshots and like different times where she tried to block out everything, and Max was like, okay.
When was this conversation? I'm fairly certain it was late November, if I recall correctly. It was late November, I believe.
Well, you just blocked out everything. And
she told me that she did not want to release anything and was trying to beg him, is there any way you can do this without me leaking any DMs? And what she did do afterward was once she had decided that maybe she'll go ahead and leak them, she wanted to redact the sensitive parts. Right. So that was after she had decided.
With Max's statements and Anna's statements, by the way. Because I think Max himself had said she didn't want to leak anything in that last video we just watched. And he was like, no, we need you.
7th of November. Creeman is literally one of the most autistic people I've ever known of. So I'm going to take that date as fact without looking it up.
Yep.
That's where the nuke came in, right? He's going to drop a nuke, again, putting you in the fucking sidecar, making you a part of it. He's going to drop a nuke on Lab if you don't do this.
Wait, Anna kept saying it was because it was just too sexually explicit. I don't, like, the way that you guys are framing this are just not the way that it was in the call. Like, it wasn't because she wasn't readily available with the information. She had talked to Steven for hours, for like a couple days at that point, and she was compiling everything. She had talked to him before, I think, about it. I think she had wanted to talk to him about Steven before, like a month or two earlier. Like, she was readily available with this information. Do we know Anna to be the sort of person who doesn't want to talk about this stuff? Like, she talks to everyone about this stuff.
Yeah, but it's also like notoriously the thing she's been trying not to do because it makes her spiral and it's bad for her mental health.
No, it's notorious.
No.
It's notorious the thing that she doesn't like to do because every time that she tries to set the record straight, Steven's fucking fans will go fucking crazy on her.
No, because she has literal OCD spirals about it.
Yeah, hold on. Anna's issue is that Anna has OCD. One of her compulsions, so she feels like people have incorrect information about her on the internet. And one of the relieving activities that she does for this is by going live and talking about it, which is exactly the thing that her and her therapist are trying to get her not to do. Anna's compulsion is correcting what she... It doesn't matter. It's because she's going to be a part of the article. Because you bully her for 3 hours to release a bunch of her fucking logs to MrGirl.
What do you mean me, Steven? What the fuck is wrong with you, Steven?
You just said you were in the call with her.
For us, like, not even for the end of it. For the end of it. And all the time I was
the end when she released it?
Bullying.
Well, that was literally the whole point of the call. Oh, okay. So you were there for the end part, but not the very end. How do you even know how long the fucking call was then? Well, how long were you on? Give us a time.
She said that it was 3 hours. She said that it was a 3-hour call. I have no idea how long I was on. I didn't fucking count how long I was on, Steven.
Lav, do you see what
but
I'm
you know
saying?
That you were there towards the end, but not the very end. And then also, you're the one that connected them. You're the one that's leaking logs on Twitter.
Zonia also knows more about it because Zonia has all the fuck.
How am I autistic from Creeman? What's this you sent me? Okay.
Logs for because Anna's already given it to her. So Anna probably knows better than I do. I can't look back and go. Anna was during the whole conversation. I was only there for probably an hour of it. You're trying to
earlier you said you were there for
inconsequential for some.
It's not inconsequential. It's literally demonstrated. You've been working with them since day one to do this. After
working with them, Steven. What the fuck? Steven, I've tried to be so fucking charitable to you during this whole fucking thing. I felt so fucking bad.
What?
I felt so fucking bad. I've tried to convince Max out of it. I've tried to.
No, you have.
Okay. I'm very likely done here. Here, I'll let you hear it for a second.
Up, and for you to keep doing this, like, this fucking stupid shit where you're trying to, like, paint me as the fucking bad guy.
Anyway, guys, to be honest with you, we'll pick it up on another stream. I've got a link to another stream that we'll pick it up on. But I do have something I'm doing in like 20 minutes, so we'll have to come back to it after.
That you're hurt. I know that you're hurt.
We'll listen to the rest of it.
Come on,
no, stop it, Lev.
Yeah, I'm over any hurt. Like, we're way past that. I'm just showing that, like, you have a clear, like, remember earlier about the abuse thing? You want to talk about consistent set of actions? You've consistently worked with them from day one. You connected with Anna. You were part of the big call. You said you were there for a substantial amount of time.
Yeah,
you were tweeting logs of you talking.
I gave him my story. I was uncomfortable with my position in your stream and the way that you did nothing about it. I was uncomfortable about. Yes.
Well, we already said that that's not true. You said I did do something about it, but you lied to me. You manipulated me to try to stay on my stream. We already got past that. You admitted
it wasn't enough, and you did not do enough.
No, I did, because you were manipulating me, right?
You have repeatedly called me mentally ill, dragged my name through the fucking mud. Okay, so
you
I was
yourself.
mentally ill. Oh, you just had no fucking clue until afterwards, until after I came out? Like, that's so convenient. You had no fucking clue that I was mentally ill, that I was too
I didn't know you were this mentally ill. No, I didn't. What had you ever done that had shown this level of mental illness?
Extremely convenient. That is completely convenient that you would just not know until after the fact, until it's convenient for you to use that against me. That totally makes sense.
Tell me what signs I missed.
But I was completely healthy. But I was completely healthy while you were trying to fuck me. I was completely good. There was no signs, because when someone's this mentally ill, as you have displayed that I am, when I'm this mentally ill, it must be so easy to hide. Must be so easy to hide.
Let's focus. 1 sec. Redirect. Lav, what do you want? You keep saying you don't want to be fucking associated with this. You want out. Okay?
Dude, I want Steven to stop fucking just...
I got it. Lav, just please let me get to the end of
tell me what you want. If you want me to stop doing it, then stop talking about me. That's so easy. Don't do a 5-hour stream where you throw me under the bus for 3 hours.
Yeah, just stop talking about how I feel if I don't want abuse. See how that makes sense?
No, Lav,
stop talking about how I feel if you don't want insane retaliation from you. And
you're not using I feel statements to describe a feeling. You're using I feel statements to attack me. You can't say, I feel like Steven was like a coercive rapist. I feel like Steven is a Harvey Weinstein. Those aren't I feel statements.
Oh my God.
Those are descriptive statements that you're hiding with an I feel before them. You don't need to go on stream and talk for 3 hours about a situation that happened 4 months ago. There's no reason for it. Unless you want to be there to work with your associate Max to hype up the release of his impending 250-page fucking War and Peace novel for the entirety of my fucking life.
Never stick your dick in crazy.
Lav, the end of the day,
yeah, this is exactly it. It's hide.
Wonderful. But how do I make
Thank you for the 420, Duke.
People?
This conversation did it for me. Steven is inappropriate with his orbiters. He had intercourse with Lav without talking to her caretaker first.
True. Thank you for the 420.
You can't expect any of Destiny's anger
what do you want me to do, Steven?
Oh my God, Lav. Everywhere this bike... No, I'm not shutting the fuck up. Lav, everywhere the bike goes, you're there. When he needs Anna's story, he uses you. When he wants Anna's story in a call, he puts you in the call. If you want Destiny to stop being angry at you, you've got to stop being in the fucking plane that is bombing his fucking life.
I'm not hearing you. Steven, what do you want me to do?
True. Great.
Don't talk about me publicly anymore. And preferably not like spilling every fucking thing you've ever done privately in Discord servers like you do every fucking day.
So you want me to take back my logs?
No, I want to see your logs. I'm curious about that. You already sent all of mine to Max, so why not?
No, I'm saying you want me to completely bow out of the fucking story? What do you want?
No, listen, if you feel like I wronged you or some shit, even though you said apparently on here I haven't, I don't care what you said to him in the past, that's fine. Just stop talking about him constantly, publicly, doing huge streams about how such a horrible fucking person.
Steven, this is the first time. Steven, this is the first time, this week is the first time I've publicly talked about you for fucking months. What the fuck are you talking about?
Lav, would you bet your husband's life? No.
Is that true? I don't know. That sounds like baloney to me. I'm fairly certain that there's been times she's spoken about Destiny in the past few months, right?
I'm one of the people.
Thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Parallax, thank you for the bits. And Max, thank you for the 145 bits.
Destiny slept with Keffels, 100% verified.
How much money would you bet on that? That you haven't publicly talked about me in some area where at least 5 people can hear in the past month. How much money would you put on that?
What are you talking about? In a way that would get back to you, Steven? I've not publicly gone on stream or tweeted about it or done any of that fucking shit. What I do in my own Discord...
Clearly it's getting back to me, and if it's getting back to me, who the fuck knows who else is getting back to? That's kind of the whole fucking point, Lav.
So Sick is claiming that you talked about him in your most recent 3 streams.
Oh my God. Dude.
Is that true?
Ooh, back to rights.
That I've said what?
Apparently, you were talking about Steven in your 3 most recent streams, according to Sick, and that he has the VODs.
Streams.
Yeah.
On my own Twitch.
Sick, can you clarify? He says he has the VODs. Can you link me the VODs? Sick? Not that we're going to go over it right here.
I hate this premise that I'm not allowed to talk about Steven. Wait, hold on.
No, hold on 1 second. Because claims come out, or things that seem like claims, so inevitably his community wants to respond. They want us to do something. He wants to respond, right?
I told you that I don't want to be fucking involved with Sick. Why are you bringing up Sick to me?
I don't have a choice in this. You made a claim that you haven't been talking about Steven for the past 2 months until this most recent thing.
Has Steven talked about me publicly? Why the fuck am I not able to?
He responds to you. That was something he said when we previously called in, right?
The only time I'm responding is when you guys are typing more shit. Like, you typed even more lies about me in your fucking subreddit, about, like, I think a week or two ago that I think I responded to in the fucking subreddit. I'm pretty sure they were, but I have to go back and check. But the, I don't know, it was probably you saying something about how, like, I gleefully spoke about how I abused my ex. I would have to go back. You can check my Reddit history if you want, but that story is so unbelievably one-sided, Lev. And you already admitted to it earlier in this call. I don't know why you're back. Well, I know why you're back. It's because it's what you do.
Wow.
It's so easy. Like, even what you're saying, the way you frame everything is so insane. You're like, oh, well, I can't talk about my feelings? Of course you can. Talk to a fucking therapist. Or talk to your friends offline. You don't need to be in a public Rumble stream with Max typing up his new article talking about your feelings. It's like the most inappropriate place to do it.
But you can, and you can say that I had a mid pussy, and you can call me a fucking narcissistic abuser like my mother. Steven, you're a fucking
after you told
wasn't that a response to her?
After you told Big Tech that I crawled away crying because you left that night. Seriously, Lab, you're gonna play that fucking game?
Saying? Oh, that's what I said? That's actually...
I'm pretty sure you were like, oh, he was so sad that I fucking left, as you're fucking divulging information about my fucking dick and our fucking hookup to fucking Big Tech of all people. And now you want to high road me? Because I included a little clip about mid-pussy? Lab, that's the road you want to go down? I still haven't leaked the full details of our hookup, by the way. If you want me to, I can.
Oh, God.
It feels like you're threatening.
Why? Because you leaked everything that you feel makes you look good.
Please don't. Don't do it to us.
Literally.
Apparently the part where I was so sad at the end of the night that you were leaving. I was so sad.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, do you have, like, amnesia? I don't understand.
No, I'm looking up the logs right now trying to find it. Because I don't know the fuck.
Do you just not remember? You like machine cutting out like random sexual allegation or random like hookup parties that you think I've done today?
He asked if I was upset that I didn't return the favor, and I said not angry, but he seemed sad.
Like, why would you be divulging?
If you did not return.
Oh my god, that's your takeaway from that? That it was just a literal reading of like, oh yeah.
Steven, your takeaway was that I brought up how sad you were that I was fucking leaving. You got to extrapolate up the fucking wazoo. But you won't let me clarify what the fuck I meant.
I'm not extrapolating. Lav, I'm not extrapolating. That's what every single person would extrapolate reading those logs. Are you really that autistic?
Every single person. Yeah, every single person.
Yeah, that's why you think he leaked them. He even told you he leaked it because it was so fucking fun. He literally leaked them because he thought it was so funny, Lav. Is that not what he said? Lav, did he not say, oh, I leaked them because I thought it'd be really funny? There's no way I couldn't do it?
Well, now I have to go back in logs to check. I don't remember what he said.
I think we're done. I think we're done. I think that we've gotten to that point. I thought that it was I thought there was an olive branch being held. I was like, are we gonna get it? Are the logs being seen? Are they being taken out? As easy as that. I think that we're done. I think that we're literally done. I'm
good eye for content.
We'll see if there's anything, but I think
good eye for content from Tuna Chip there. Yeah, this sounds like this conversation's done for sure.
We're done here.
It's over.
All right, Lem. Would you agree this is probably not an accurate retelling of what happened?
Steven, I do not want to have this public conversation because I don't want to embarrass you.
You know, Lav, you know who doesn't want to have this public conversation? Me. Because I don't talk about my private fucking hookups with people, which is exactly what you're doing to a guy that's going to leak them all over the internet. Those are private conversations for private people. Not for people that are going to leak them all over the fucking
internet. The jackpot is a lie.
Wait, I would never...
Waiting for Godot. That's what it is. Kid, you still here? You want to do that call?
You talk to Big Tech.
This is what...
guy that hates me. In order to look cool.
I heard about this.
Lav, you talk to other people in Discord rooms that I know about. I know you're playing dumb because you don't know what I know, but you've talked to other people in Discord rooms about it as well. And I know that. Stop acting stupid.
Steven, I literally just said that you gave me head.
That's not what you just said.
Literally all I
said. The logs are public. That's not all you said.
I said you serviced me. I said you serviced me.
That's not. You said I was sad. You said you didn't touch me.
You seemed upset that I did not.
Okay. Is that it?
There's only so much that can actually be done.
It's just I said nothing.
I said you serviced.
That's not. You said I was sad. You said you didn't touch me.
Okay, we need to go back a bit.
Accurate retelling of what happened.
Steven, I do not want to have this public conversation because I don't want to embarrass you.
You know, hey, Lav, Lav, you know who doesn't want to have this public conversation? Me. Because I don't talk about my private fucking hookups with people, which is exactly what you're doing to a guy that's going to leak them all over the internet. Those are private conversations for private people. Not for people that are going to leak them all over the fucking web.
I would never allow Max to leak like details of that private instance between us.
You talk to Big Tech, a guy that hates me, in order to look cool. Lav, you've talked to other people in Discord rooms that I know about. I know you were playing dumb because you don't know what I know, but you've talked to other people in Discord rooms about it as well, and I know that. Stop acting stupid.
Steven, I literally just said that you gave me head.
That's not what you just said. The logs are public.
Why would you even tell that guy that? Why?
I said you serviced
That's
me.
not. You said I was sad. You said you didn't touch me.
Why would anybody even tell that crazy fucker that? Holy fuck!
Return the favor, Steven.
I can't imagine.
I didn't seem upset. I didn't seem upset. You know what I was? I was tired. Like I was all fucking night. Like I was when I was almost asleep in your fucking car when you had us go in so I could get a Red Bull so you go back to the hotel and hook up with me, Lav. I was fucking tired. I almost fell asleep before we even did anything.
Steven,
rewriting.
Jesus Christ.
Steven,
no, you are. You know you're rewriting this so hard.
Act like you're Steven. You're trying to act. This is absurd. You're trying to like.
What part did I lie about? Tell me what part I lied about.
This is so crazy, man.
I also needed Advil. So
okay.
We went in to get you a Red Bull.
It's so awkward.
You also hadn't slept in like 2 days. You told me. What the fuck?
Yeah, all you're doing is reinforcing my story.
You stayed awake for hours and
all right.
hours.
Well, what did he lie about? What did he lie about?
Hold on. I'm just saying, regardless, your messages to Big Tech were not only fake, they were inflammatory. And how could you not think they were going to get leaked when you know that guy fucking hates me? When you guys are close friends and he's a Nazi and he hates me.
I did not know that. What do you mean that I knew? I did not know that he hated you.
By the way, that's what we're going to be leaking logs on, just so you know.
Because he's a Nazi.
It's the situation with Big Tech.
It's who I am. Everybody knows me as a fucking Nazi.
So stick around after this craziness and we'll go over it.
I went out with Nick Fuentes. That's all I knew about you.
Oh no, not the chicken waffle.
Lav,
it's not on
I literally
Big Tech
have this guy who introduced us.
but it has
I
to do
saw
with
the
Big
DMs
Tech.
that he sent you. He told you that you would have been fans of me and Xander Hall. I've seen so much about you, Lav, and I know you're lying. Please stop treating me like I'm a fucking retard.
Somebody
you know
linked
exactly
me
who I was. We were friends for a year. We were friends for a year before you ever even came onto my fucking stream.
No,
Somebody linked me the timestamp to the Rumble VOD with Max and Lav from a couple days ago, where they talk about Big Tech. Link me that timestamp, please.
So politically provoked, invited me on the day.
Why is she muting the
I had no
call?
idea what fucking cozy was, other than the fact that you had gotten chicken and waffles with Nick Fuentes, who was like the leader, the creator of Cozy.
Okay,
that is what I knew.
let's say.
How was I supposed to know the ins and outs of your relationships with all of the fucking Nazis on the fucking thing? Actually, you know what? Actually, wait, hold on. Actually, the night that I went on was actually inexplicably the night that you went on. And
when
we
she leaked
both
that
were like,
stuff.
oh, we're doing other things tonight, and then we ended up on the same fucking panel as a fluke, and you were like, I'm not following you, I promise. And I was like, LOL. And I'm pretty sure that Big Tech was on there, and you were able to talk to Big Tech just fucking fine. There was no ice in the room. I was literally just like, it was normal. What the fuck are you talking about?
I got a question for you, Lav.
No.
Go ahead.
Let's say that I let you run with all of that, and let's say that I grant you every single part of that as being true. Then why the fuck are you leaking personal hookup details between me and you to a fucking stranger that you didn't know about his relationship with me?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. I wish I had my fucking black ear. Sorry, Zanya, go for it.
Clarification from you, Lav. When did you tell Big Tech about this? Was it in DMs, and do you have a date that you can give us?
Yeah, it was the 11th of November.
So the 11th of November. So it's long.
No.
Okay.
No, it was the 10th of November. So it was after I'd already come forward about hooking up with Steven.
Okay, so this is what, 3 months, two months after Big Tech deplatformed Max. After we saw all the video evidence of it, of him organizing the whole thing, so we already knew that Big Tech had a hate boner for Max, and particularly with the shit that was going on with Steven.
No, I had no idea.
Fucking village noises, man.
Me and Max were beefing until literally the 9th. I had no idea.
Wait.
Welcome.
You guys were close. You had your very close relationship. Well, in like before the whole meltdown,
No,
you had it.
No. We the week of World War Orbiter 3 was when me and Max reconnected. Before that, we were in complete shambles.
So it's pretty well known why it was that Max got deplatformed. That shit was going around. Everybody was talking about it. Steven had that big conversation with Nick Fuentes about it.
I didn't follow any of that shit. That's not my lane. I talk about fucking feminism.
You were on Steven's streams repeatedly. How did you?
In none of those conversations do we talk about fucking Big Tech.
Okay.
Are you trying to?
I'm confused here. How you couldn't?
A bad friend to Max?
No, I'm confused. Oh, I already accused you of that before. But no, I'm talking about specific. Yeah, it's exactly what we're talking about here. How did you I'm surprised you didn't know that big tech was going after Steven and Max, really, and got Max deplatformed, and it was all over the conflict about the chicken and waffles thing. Well, there were other reasons why he was going after Steven.
I literally talk about gender. I literally talk about gender, and I play Overwatch.
Okay, well, that's a little surprising. It seems like well into the period where big tech was going after people over this stuff that you're going and telling him these things.
You are a commentator on Twitch. You go over content and do this shit. I do not. I've never done that in my fucking life. I show up, I meander, I roll onto panels, talk my shit, and then get the fuck off. This is not my lane.
All right, it was pretty common knowledge, so I'm just a little surprised.
To
all right.
you, a commentator. I had no fucking clue.
All right. Anybody got the link for me?
But yeah, again, regardless of whether or not I should have, I never should have told a stranger, about it. I think
I'll say one thing's for certain: you definitely lack some OPSEC. You seem to let on a little bit too much information to people you don't know very well. But that's something.
I think that is a pattern throughout my life.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and also, yeah, I shouldn't have said anything, and I really am sorry.
Hey, Deperma.
Okay, this is getting a
going
bit...
and doing something in the background or something?
Well, no, I was asking that was to Destiny, right? You're saying you're sorry, you shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do apologies. I don't give a fuck about it.
Okay. Then let's just talk about what everybody wants. Lad, you want Destiny to not fucking talk about you, or talk to you, or talk to his community about you, and he wants you to stop talking about him. Can we just do that?
Blind Alley, Bandersnatch, and by the pussy.
that,
What the fuck is wrong with you, Sax? Why are you saying this crazy shit?
Steven has spent months now.
Well, okay, why is Zonya talking? I don't understand why Zonya's talking over the other people talking. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Building a narrative.
Are you on
about
something?
Me and what my intentions are, and who I am as a person, to try to. Well, I don't even know what the intentions are.
What's this? PBLC, running damage control, typical.
And I have a big problem with that.
What's this? At least in October 7th, she was his daughter. Definitely not the week of the Civil War. So we're a couple of weeks out. Thanks for your contribution, you fucking cuck.
To me.
The hate boner for you for the last 6 months? I don't know what's going on. He's just like suddenly hating on me today. No idea why. We've been on good terms.
Imagine at this stage, still running defense for Lav. Jesus, what a sad, pathetic life that fella must lead.
The way that he talks about me, with the knowledge that his platform is fucking crazy and hates me and wants to abuse me, is a problem. If we could have a civil conversation.
DGG is. Do you want to abuse her?
You could handle your community. Things would be different. Or if you could talk
I've had plenty of
me
skipped up posters, Atari.
And be careful about the language you're using, as to not direct vitriolic hate. So that would be fine.
Actually calls me the Harvey Weinstein of Twitch 7 times in a row.
7 times.
I'll try to be more careful. Yeah.
I mean, Steven, you have called me awful things too. Like, I'm sorry. Do you want me to keep
everything
count?
I call you? Yeah, you can. Or if you want, you can go through a particular thing.
Every time you get feedback, every single time you get feedback, you say no.
I don't know how I'm staying awake through this crap.
Every single time.
I'm so fucking tired.
It's like that is your only defense. Is bringing up.
Wait, I thought PBLC was a big lav simp. Has that changed?
Is bringing up that another person has done also bad things. Have you ever taken accountability for anything in your fucking life?
Lav, that is the funniest thing you've ever said in my entire life.
I'll be honest with you. Listen, I gotta be honest with you, okay? I'm not really paying attention at this point. This is all a bit dull to me. I don't really know what is even going on anymore.
To me, about
we need to skip ahead a bit. What is even going on at this point? Apparently, I need to listen to the end of this because there's something for me, but I don't really understand.
You are the reason why I don't care about apologies. People like you. When you say, oops, I'm sorry, and then you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, I don't care. What accountability looks like to me is when you're doing something wrong, you change the behavior. That is something that you fail to recognize. Because you haven't.
Accountability is a fucking retard that is implementing feedback, and it's a little harder.
Oh, my bad. Accountability is when you make a twit longer. You make a twit longer and you say, I'm so sorry, guys, teehee, and then you do the same thing 2 months later. That's accountability, Lav. You got me.
You want to talk about all my interpersonal relationships? Get a fucking grip, retard. You are fucking.
Who's talking about interpersonal relationships right now? You think I'm the one struggling in this conversation?
Interpersonal skills. Oh my god.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about what you think accountability is, and the fact that you repeat the same mistakes, the same thing, you do the same thing over and over and over and over
again. This is your no you. This is your no you moment. When the fuck are you going to acknowledge anything that I fucking any criticism that anyone has ever levied against you?
I just want to let you know that Never Said Destiny tried to sleep with me. And I never said, and I said no. The mid pussy is lying. That situation never fucking happened. Yeah, I mean, I interpreted it as like maybe some sort of flirtatious thing in Discord or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, I didn't, based on how it was presented, it made it seem like it was far more than it actually was.
No, you. When is it going to happen, Stephen? I'm
yawning like every few seconds now.
A fucking article without talking to you. It's because you do shit like this.
Lav, do you think I could survive in this arena for 12 years without ever taking accountability?
Yes, that is how you survive.
Okay, well, I guess I'm the only one who's figured it out. I'm the only one who's figured that out.
You literally told me to not acknowledge it and just keep fucking moving on. You said that was the only way to fucking exist in this space, and it is.
I gave you that as advice to ignore haters in my subreddit, you fucking retard. Why do you rephrase everything I say? Sort of act like you're proving a point that's the exact opposite of what I said. And what you just said right there, thank you, Lab, is another piece of evidence that points to me trying to protect you from my subreddit. When I told you, hey, if people are hating on your article online, then ignore it. But you can't ignore it because you're not the one curating the community. I am. Lab, you just, thank you for bringing another point. Lab, I can't ignore criticism from my community because if I did, they'd fucking leave me. That's kind of the point of curating an online community. You can because you're just a guest. You're not the host. The advice that I give you doesn't apply to me.
What feedback have you gotten? What real pushback have you gotten? And what
I get feedback for all sorts of things. I've gotten feedback for political positions. I've gotten feedback for how I handle my communication and my personal relationship. I've gotten feedback for how I handle my community. I've implemented so many different changes.
What about today when you levied and weaponized my childhood abuse story and when you said that I had mid pussy? Are you going to take accountability?
Tit for tat. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. When you're sitting here trashing on everything, I'll trash you a little bit back. That's part of it. No, because you're the one that instigated it and I didn't. That's the difference, Lam. I was the only one on the internet that gave you a fucking chance. The only reason you're connected to MrGirl right now is because I worked hard to repair that fucking relationship. It's not the same, Lam.
You always, every single thing that is good in my life is because of you, and every single bad thing is because of me. It's so interesting.
No, the only reason why you have a presence in this space and a relationship with MrGirl is because of me.
Who said this was 10 minutes? It's longer than 10 minutes.
The things that I've complimented you on before, I've given you... Most of it you kind of earned yourself, yeah.
You never framed.
How much longer is it from now?
You never allowed.
Framed anything poorly? Lab, we literally have tapes of you saying, wow, when I'm not on stream, Steven sure does defend me a lot. Do we need to pull the logs of that? Do you forget saying that? I always steel man your position when you're not there.
You did. You did when I was sending you pictures.
No, you sent me like 2 pics in our whole fucking life. Are you serious? Number 1, and number 2, and the time when it was that is true. And number 2, and the time when our exchanges were
when we had an active sexual relationship, you were
No.
If it's 20 minutes more, I've got to cut it off here. I can't. Okay, this is why I don't listen to chat, because they just don't fucking know. My instinct was right. I should have just fucking waited. How much longer is it? This is ridiculous. I wanted to wrap it up before I had this thing I need to do, but now it
was nice to you when things got heated around the Annalicia art, which was a month or 2 after we had any type of sexual relation. I thought we already agreed on this. Are we going to walk back the timeline now? That is not true. I didn't have to steal you when we were sexting or hooking up or whatever, because I don't even think you were on my stream that much then. When things got really heated later on, we were way past that. But you got all the logs, so if you want to post a thing where you were sending me a picture or sending me a video or some fucking shit like that in the same time frame that everything was blowing up with Annalicia, then feel free to do that and shut me up. But I'm 99% sure that we were done with all of that shit like at least a month, if not more. And I'm pretty sure you already admitted that timeline earlier in this conversation.
Admitted that? What timeline?
The timeline that you and I had finished any type of sexual fucking contact, like at least a month, I'm pretty sure.
Everything I say has like 6 different utilities to you. It is like a minefield.
What part of what I just said did you not understand? I'll say this very clearly.
Guys, I'm not paying
when stuff was blowing up on stream, when the big 10 to 15,000 view streams were happening, you and I had not had a sexual relationship for some time. We weren't sexting, we weren't trading nudes. I don't even think we were flirting with each other. You were just coming on my stream arguing. I was checking in on you, making sure there wasn't too much. That's what was going on. So
okay, listen, look, you fucking listen. This is your fault, chat. Okay, I shouldn't have fucking listened to you. It ends at 3:54.
So you just said earlier that the only time you said maybe it was a few weeks. Okay, I don't know.
You better be right. You better be fucking right.
But we were past anything sexual, and there was never a point where I defended you because you sent me a nude picture. Like the fact that you would even make that implication betrays every single thing you said in this conversation about not making an accusation at me. Because now you're making it sound like I was only nice to you because you were sending me pics, which is not true. I abuse plenty of women that send me pictures.
Who's to say? You did not do a very good job of convincing me.
Oh my god!
This conversation.
Hold on! I just realized everything you said earlier was a fucking lie.
Of course.
You said earlier that the door had been open on a sexual relationship for us the entire time, and that's why you felt pressure. But you lied when you said that because you had been saying
what the fuck?
You said that there was I'm sorry. Did you say
that word?
You said that there was an open door for a sexual relationship. Did you not?
Yes.
That's a lie, though, because you said publicly that you closed your relationship with Connor, didn't you?
Ooh, somebody linked him something. Somebody
sometime
End of November?
before all the big drama popped off.
Somebody
So that means
DM'd
that there
him.
was no fucking pressure for sexual or any type of like open door for sexual relationship.
Fess
You
up,
closed
who
your
did it?
relationship with Connor after you and I stopped.
I was saying
Who
that there was
DM'd
an
him?
open door in October for TwitchCon.
I don't think in October everything was popping off on the stream. That wasn't until like a month or two later.
We're conflating 60 different things at once. I never
I'm
said
not,
that we had
Lav.
an
I've been
active-
very clear. Do you want me to repeat the timeline again?
I never said that we had an active sexual relationship in November, ever. I've never made that claim.
You said when I was off this call, between me being here last time and this time, that we had an active sexual relationship when things were exploding on stream. You said that when I wasn't here. And you just said like 5 minutes ago that I steel-manned a position of yours because you sent me a nude pic, which is not true.
I didn't say that you... What the you're like pulling this out of your ass. I never said that you steel-manned a position of mine because I sent you a picture. I said that you were nicer to me when I was sending you pictures in the fucking beginning. That is true.
Dude, I love how you're such a good fucking gaslighter, Lav. This is why I like having you on stream. Okay?
You are
It's exciting,
Steven,
okay?
you are
I've never had people trying to mind fuck me this hard.
Steven,
It's exciting.
you
I haven't
are-
had somebody like this in so long.
He's on his phone, I think.
Keep it up.
Projecting. This is actually fucking crazy that you have repeatedly put words in my mouth.
Gaslighting
How
her.
do I even speak to you?
She is
Look,
a good
you literally
gaslighter.
just said that I brought up steel manning you as an example of me being nice to you to counter you saying that I was treating you horribly and not protecting you. And then you said the only reason you did that is because this is your new picture. And now you're pretending you didn't just say that like 10 minutes ago.
You phrased it in a way that was opportune to you. I said that you were nicer to me when I was sending
Yeah,
you photos.
it was opportunity because I was doing a nice thing for you. I still made your position when you weren't there because I wasn't just needlessly shitting on you all the time. Do you understand how much of my community made fun of me for calling you intelligent and for defending your position when you weren't there? How could they have simultaneously been doing that if I was just trashing you the whole time?
He's got a point there. I remember that very well.
Hold on, I didn't
The
say
Darvo
that.
in real time.
Ooh, look at this.
Steven, you're like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm Darvoing you.
But you just
pretty
Darvo me.
normal.
Look at
It was
this.
a
It goes
Darvo.
all the way around.
Normal?
Lav, nothing about this conversation is normal.
You're accusing me of abusing you right now. You're saying that I'm using Darvo.
You are abusive. Of course you're abusing me. You leverage the fucking sexual relationship to hop on my stream, leak details about it to make me look bad, and then try to turn it around later on to pretend that I was abusing you. What do you mean? Of course.
This seems, honestly, I'm going to say...
I genuinely
She seems genuinely malicious in the way that she weaponized that.
that I had made everything up, and this conversation puts me right back in it.
You just did a shit talk session on me for 3 hours 4 days ago. What do you mean you thought everything was made up?
I genuinely thought that I was...
I'm calling it, guys.
Today I woke
Max,
up and I was like, fuck,
Lav,
I like really...
and...
Silence on ya!
I was like, no, I really made a
It's
mountain
all
out of a
intentional.
molehill, and
It's
you are
fucking
literally
malicious.
Actively accusing me of abuse in real time. You're putting words in my mouth. You have called me names today. You've been extremely misogynistic to me publicly, live for your thousands of live viewers to hear
Tens of thousands,
and
sometimes.
attack me with it. And you think that I am the person doing something wrong by saying I'm uncomfortable with the way that you treated me? This is a fucking joke, Steven. Get it together.
Wait, you're uncomfortable now? Oh, yes. Did she leave? I thought she said earlier that she wasn't uncomfortable, that she didn't have a single problem that she could have pointed out with anything that happened.
She left.
I thought I remembered her saying that.
She left.
So, I think you got her on the back foot there. It kind of seemed like she realized that her story didn't really hold
Okay,
together.
right. I don't care about any of this shit. Apparently, there's some bit at the end that references me that people want me to see. So we're going to skip to that. And then I'm doing this thing I've planned to do already. Let me have a look. Someone linked it to me earlier.
Probably Max is spamming her, probably, and Shaelin is probably spamming her with DMs at the same time. too.
Shaylin's probably spammed her since she left, to be honest. But on it, I mean, the terms haven't changed.
He just said hello to me. Is that it? People were acting like there was some massive thing that happened. Are you for... Why did no one say that earlier?
One after you've leaked personal hookup details about me to fucking big tech that's leaking it publicly when you've talked about it multiple times on stream. How do you think you have the fucking high road here? Like, you've done nothing but
Shit earlier that I was not proud of. Hey PBLC, haven't seen you in a long time.